The Wrestling Mayhem Show. Since 2006, the pioneer in pro wrestling podcasting.
This show is brought to you by IndieWrestling.us and IndieWrestling.network for your independent wrestling entertainment. Slice on Broadway, supporting Pittsburgh podcasting with the perfect pepperoni pizza.
Just wait. Wait for the perfect time, then attack. Don't give up what you want, take it back. Wait for the perfect time, then attack. Do what you have to do, make it last. Wait for the perfect.
It is the Wrestling Mayhem Show, episode 954. Tuesdays, we've been talking about professionalized wrestling. I'm Mike Sorg at Sorgatron in the Sorgatron Media Studios in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. And it is the post-WrestleMania, Raw after Mania, Mayhem after Mania.
Yeah.
Hangover.
Yeah.
Hangover.
Hangover.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, we
one.
already got a lot of voices. We're going to introduce those voices right in just a moment. But first, I want to introduce the most banned person in the Wrestling Mayhem Show Facebook group, The Riz.
Just like Gunther, I'm tapped out.
Poor Riz. Instead of him, I think where I was sitting at Raw last night, and I'm getting a message from Riz, and he was just like, I just got banned from the Facebook group.
The
And I was like,
group.
well, what
Like,
did you do? And he's
I
like,
don't-
I said something. I asked who somebody's partner was, and I was like, they must have took that context differently. So-
No, it's because like the quote, the thing they took it from was me asking about Rusev's part, like if
Yeah.
Rusev was going to have a partner coming out. for
Yes.
it. But it got flagged for spam. No. It was for financial spam.
Financial spam.
Like it was like thinking I was trying to.
Did you appeal that? Did you get a human yet?
No.
No. Oh no.
It is
Good luck.
still under review.
Good luck. I mean, yeah, we're all at the whim of the boss right now. Also with us from the iPhoneography podcast and contributor over on Awesome Cast and contributor a lot of things on Mayhem. Dave Potter is with us.
Glad to be on and sharing the hangover that is post-mania.
Some of us are more hungover than others. And
Well,
it didn't
sure,
involve
sure.
that much alcohol. It involved alcohol and Hello Kitty donuts. So, so that's how I party in Vegas. Anyway, speaking of the party, we have the Psychedelic Dreams with us.
How are
What
you?
is up?
First of all, Alao Dreams and Sammy Suntheimer.
Dude,
Well, see,
oh,
I told you.
dude.
Sunny Suntimer.
Sunny Suntimer. Sunny D Suntimer.
Dude, I've done like shows like those little band shows 880 does, and like so many like of the announcers they've got have called me Sunny Suntimer.
Yeah,
I'm
I've
like,
heard it.
dude. It's not that hard.
Listen, I'm blaming the jet lag on this one. So
Yeah, no, you
I don't
got
know.
a good excuse.
I got a good excuse, and of course, Billy.
Yeah.
Yes,
Billy
Billy is
Alien.
here, and
He's here.
Billy was requested by the Mayhem
Yes.
universe.
And
Yes.
Billy made the
So,
long trip.
Made the
did.
long trip. Wait,
Long,
where does
long
Billy
trip.
reside from?
Pluto.
Yes, Billy's from Pluto.
Pluto, the furthest of the solar
Yep,
system.
yep.
Okay.
Still a planet in our hearts.
Travel the distance.
That's
Yeah.
right. That's going the distance, going for speed.
Shout out
if
to Reese
you will.
Shout out to Reese
Yeah.
Hayes.
Reese, you still owe me a t-shirt. So anyways, well, let's get into it. And Intern John is here as well. We cannot not mention Intern John is in the house, despite it being finals week out there at Pitt. So everybody's sending,
I'm going to kill myself.
and now
No.
we got
This is a
flagged.
joke.
I will
This is
not.
a joke.
Stream
It's a
is
joke.
over.
It's a joke.
Hashtag joke.
John,
Hashtag.
John,
And
I
also,
can't. It's actually impossible because my face has never been shown on the podcast. Or no, it was. That's a lie. It hasn't recently been shown, and therefore I cannot make a death graphic for myself.
just make one with the buff eagle. There you go. Just do that.
If I
Exercise.
cannot ascend any arms of Buff Eagle, then I shan't ascend at all.
I mean, you can always use the Drew
I'm putting that
McIntyre,
on a fucking shirt. Dude.
the Drew McIntyre gravesite and say,
Oh my God, yeah.
Intern John final week.
Yes.
Intern John, I want you to take
This
us.
is my last finals week. If I don't make it through this one, it's just kind of embarrassing.
Please give me a selfie, John, of you in front of Riz's buff eagle on the screen and just with bored at work.
It's like LOL finals week. And it's just
LOL
like,
finals week.
Board
Yeah.
finals week.
Board at finals week. There you go. So, anyways. I don't know. Something happened this weekend. I don't know.
There's a little something.
A little something happened this weekend.
Little.
I don't know. First, I will put it out. What is John Cena? Do we talk John Cena? Do we start with
Sure,
John
let's
Cena?
start with John
Do we
Cena.
start with John
We can
Cena?
start.
I mean, do we
Yeah.
just go straight to the
That's the
headline
meat
here?
and
Might as
potatoes
well.
here, you know.
I mean, there's a lot of headlines here. There's a
There
lot
is.
to digest from this weekend on so many levels. You
I'm
know,
just like, okay.
There's a lot of shit. Went
Can we
down.
slow down?
okay, exactly. It was like, oh, where's this? Oh, we bought this. Oh, we bought this. It was like, this is happening. It was like, holy shit.
Please.
I'm like, I remember when you were boring.
right. Literally. Now you're just like pop. I'm like,
yeah.
okay.
It was like, okay. Like, we complain about AEW is like does too much in a show on a Wednesday. It was like WWE, you need to slow the fuck down. Like,
Oh
you
my
just,
God,
sometimes.
so
Sometimes
much
we have
shit
this. Also, we're
going
going to show you
on.
how the writing team does. I'm like,
Dude,
Oh.
don't even get me started on that. Oh,
Sure,
man.
really?
Yeah, dude, I hate all of that.
really?
Yeah,
Okay, wait
I'm
a
not
minute.
gonna lie,
All right,
I
screw
hate-
John Cena. Why do you
I-
hate the idea of the WWE UnReal show?
Because like at least
Oh.
try to like going on there and be like, yeah, dude, this shit ain't real. Like
Yeah,
it,
yeah,
it
they already
ruins
did
the
that.
magic. It ruins the
Yeah,
magic.
the press conference already basically does that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't
you
like
know.
those either. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and I understand that.
Yeah.
I think they're interesting.
Yeah, I
but-
just wish it would be like released like in like 20 years or something, like
Yeah.
10, 20 years down the line.
I forget what was
Show
it.
the history.
We were talking. Was it even like the WrestleMania 9 documentary, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah. No. I think we were talking. I was talking with somebody about the roast we were talking about before the show, and I was like, "Oh, that's the thing they'll release in 20 years when it doesn't matter anymore."
Yeah.
Yeah.
When Fluffy ain't gonna sue, or whatever happened,
Right.
Anyways, so let's talk about John Cena. The main event. First of all, we had kind of a surprise, I want to say flat. It wasn't. I don't want to call them flat, but flattening emotional ending to both nights, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Big changes, big moves, things like that. And seeing enough shows, you can kind of like watch the river of their booking decisions through the show.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And we started both nights with big feel-good matches, Jey Uso winning,
Yeah.
Io retaining, with
Yes.
just baller fucking matches,
It
right?
was so good. Yeah.
And then it was like, oh, we got another feel-good thing, and we got the Joe Hendry, and we got this. Like, by the time we got the Cody Cena, I'm like, God, he's going to win this thing, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was, I said this, I think I just said this in text, but that swell during the announcement of the championship for the
Yeah.
main event
Oh yeah.
is the loudest thing I've ever heard at WrestleMania.
It was
not
very
pyro.
loud.
It was
That's
crazy.
all you really heard, though.
What's
like,
that?
It's all you really heard.
They did turn it down.
But the thing was it was so loud.
Yeah.
It was so everybody was chanting something.
Yeah.
Right.
And nobody was on the same page, and it just turned into that swell. It was like, it felt like watching Andre Hulk, watching
Hulk Rock.
I was thinking Hulk Rock, Hulk Warrior, where it's
Pause.
just like enough people are just on both sides
Yeah.
that everybody's just chanting, just yelling, and it just becomes a giant swell. Like, you don't get that anymore.
No.
You
No.
really don't. Even the last 2 years with Cody and Roman, you had like half the crowd's like,
Yeah.
yeah, come
Right.
on,
They knew what it
Roman.
was,
Told
right.
you it's
There-
gonna be
there was
Roman.
a very 1-1. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, like, and there's still a split, but the split was so much more vocal this year
Yeah.
Yeah.
than
for
even
sure.
the Roman stuff, and even that was crazy, right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Like, this is a next level thing. Literally, people were dumbfounded, excited. Like, there's a guy just kept going. I sat there for like 5 minutes, 10 minutes afterwards, and he's still standing there. He just like looks up to me. He's like, "Do you believe that? Can you?" Like, just so mad. Like, just so like that just happened. Like, I could just watch the guy still processing
Yeah.
what happened here.
Yeah.
It was just like, and that's, when you're like, oh, it's too expensive, you don't see anything from the cheap. Like, I'm in the cheapest ticket at WrestleMania both nights,
Mhm.
and I had a damn experience. You
Right.
know what I mean?
You're like right behind the stage, weren't you?
Yeah, I was behind the stage. Like one night, and then the next night I was on the other side of the stage, right by the tarp.
Oh, no.
Way too close to that fire pillar.
Yeah.
way too close to
Way
that
too
fire pillar.
close.
Very scary.
So, but anyways, so like, I think that really like I love reading the crowd live like that, because that's fuck the internet. This is
Oh, yeah.
it's just like
Yeah.
all those guys like like you don't. hot
not
takes,
there.
whatever, but it's just like, this is it. The children that were next to me the first night, like just when the girls had their match, the first night, like I'm just watching that. Like that's the one where the little girl lit up, and she was just into it. And which one was it? Was it Charlotte and Tiffany?
Charlotte and Tiffany.
She was so into that. And her and her brother presumably were holding little toy championship belts. And I'm
that's
just
what
like,
it's all about.
Yeah.
That's what it is all about.
this is amazing. This is what I come for. I want to watch what the John Cena kid does.
Right.
Because that's the fucking reason,
Mhm.
But anyways, from home, you guys watch it, from the comfort. So how did that come off to you, that last match and everything?
I think for me, like even when John came out, everyone's used to colors when he enters.
Oh, the black.
It was all black, and then just John Cena's just his name is just there in white, and everybody's just like, "Well, what is that? What's going on?" Like everyone's just looking around, and I'm just like, "Y'all don't notice what's happening? Like he's planting this right in front of you." Like he legit said the week before Mania, like you get nothing.
Yeah.
So what you're gonna get now is nothing.
He's very Gene Wilder and Wonka.
Yeah.
Speaking of entrances, as soon as Cody did his entrance, I knew he was losing.
Oh my
fucking
God.
belt, dude.
It was
He
such a
came out
long
with all the
walk.
bikes. He came out
Such a long
with that
walk.
stupid ass Iron Man helmet.
Here's my daughter.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, dude. Like
he took his time.
That's how you knew.
Oh, it just so beautifully played. Like they're just the next level of storytelling with this stuff. And it was like, oh, this doesn't make sense now. Give it a month.
Oh yeah, for
You know
sure.
what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Oh yeah,
I think the match was so good. I think it was very like classic and old school. And then
Yes.
Travis Scott came out, and then it was so bad that it was still amazing.
yeah.
That's how I see
Yeah,
it.
honestly, I still don't really understand the whole Travis thing. I'm still trying to I get it.
I'm
yeah,
making
the money.
The money.
Of
The
course,
money,
of
the-
course.
The
We
money,
did it
the
for the Raw.
headlines.
Of course,
the,
of course.
The press,
Yeah.
like that's the
See,
reason.
here's the thing. I'm an old guy, so I don't know who Travis Scott is outside.
Father says, as the old white man in the room,
Pretty much, yeah. And
No
I
idea
just
what's
don't
happening.
know how big of a draw he is that they would say we want him here because of all the people that we're going to bring in.
Yeah.
Just to watch him. Now, if
Okay.
that's the case, it's great, but he just doesn't seem that good in the ring.
Mhm.
I mean, I'm comparing the last big celebrity who came in who had not an athletic background
Mhm.
outside of Logan Paul, but I mean like a
Yeah.
one-off was Bad Bunny.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And Bad Bunny really seemed to get it.
Yes.
And also I think the other thing that killed the main event, people were waiting on Rock.
Yeah.
He never
because-
showed up.
They were literally selling The Rock Has Come Back to Las Vegas shirts.
Were they?
They were. And
Were
like,
they?
dude walked by me wearing it like during Raw, and I was like, and I'm like, maybe he comes back Raw, right? No, man.
No.
Like,
Until we thought he was
no.
coming back when they made those shirts.
No, and I know not everybody on the collector's cup that I try to get every year is on there, but Rock is definitely on this thing, like relatively front and
Yeah.
center. So I'm wondering if they just said, hey, we don't need that, we don't think it adds to the story or something,
Did
like.
you see
and-
Pat McAfee's podcast that The Rock did today and what he said?
Oh, did he?
Yeah, he said something like he
Yeah.
called like Cody and Cena. He's like, the final boss isn't needed anymore.
Oh,
So it was his choice.
Yeah. That is
He
true.
just said, "Fuck this."
That is true.
On
He said
Pat
he was
McAfee
never.
show.
He said he was done.
Yeah.
Like after
Yeah.
that, and I was like, well, what was? the
That's
point?
weird.
Yeah.
That's strange.
Yeah.
It was
There
like
was
okay.
no point.
So I mean, I understand he was like the catalyst for what the John Cena thing is. Or
Yeah.
we're just at the point where John Cena does not need help to get the reaction that he's getting.
Right.
So I mean, if things change, I'll bring the Rick to Rock. Let's be honest. He's kind of the shot in the
Put
arm.
Cody maybe put Cody with the Rock when he comes back. If he comes back, and then it's
Well,
challenge.
I mean, Rock even said that was the initial plan. Cody goes
Right.
heel.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's a matter of Rock was pushed here, and it's kind of the people are still waiting for that second foot to drop. The second shoe to drop.
So
And if it doesn't drop in the end, it's like, oh, I guess we're done. The thing isn't going that we were expecting on.
But also
But-
don't let the expectation take away from what's actually happening. That's and how
Yeah.
good it is too. Like just because you didn't get the thing that's in your head doesn't mean you didn't get a great thing. It's like we didn't get
Again,
the hero we wanted, but we
Again.
got the hero we deserved. Riz.
Right.
John Cena said it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get nothing.
You get nothing.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like he's going to ruin this match.
I love how much they have low key just absolutely foreshadowed the shit out of things. I think it was it the Cody promo that was going around that was like Roman, this person's going to leave, Jay's going to leave, Jimmy's going to leave, Sikoa's going to leave.
Yeah.
Somebody went back and put that with all the turns.
Yeah.
You know, and I was
caught
just like, oh my God, you know, he just like, this is the story.
Yeah.
I'm telling you what's about to happen. And they just bold face said it, this, and it's going to happen. And now he's the chief without a tribe. Finally, that was the last nail
and
the
it's
other
like
night.
a lot of people don't notice that either, and it breaks my heart. Because
And you
it's
know
like,
what's amazing?
oh.
Everything I was thinking about this a lot today. You know, because God is renting space in my head the entire weekend, and just stories, not even everything else around WrestleMania weekend. And it's just like I always go back to when they hired a content was it a consistency continuity expert.
Oh.
Yeah.
And it was somebody I believe from the comic book industry. So I'm just like, that's it. I was like, when they hired that, like it was like 4 years ago, where I was like, things are about to get real. If they listen to this guy, things are about to get real.
It can get good. It
you
can
know,
get good, yeah.
And you pay off. Oh, that thing they said 2 years ago. I know it's a weird thing, you know. And yes, they're the best storytellers on this. Absolutely, absolutely. It was so good. And you know,
Tina's also saying in chat that Rock's appearance on Pat's show was puzzling.
When
And,
I saw
and
it,
there- there-
weird.
I
and,
did
and I
agree
think
with
this
that.
may go with a little bit with the new WWE UnReal.
then maybe,
They're pulling back the curtain.
like another curtain that we didn't see yet.
But-
Yes,
Exactly. They're pulling back the curtain to show you what they want you the story to see.
absolutely.
But honestly, Rock is 100% gaslighting us.
Oh, yeah.
That's wrestling though.
Oh yeah.
Oh man, you lied to us, Rock.
Well, no,
You're what?
not lying to us, but saying like for last year, it's like, oh, I came up with this great idea to change this way. No, we saw what happened. that is not what happened. There's one thing to lie about it in character, but it's another thing to say,
Yeah,
you know, no. I meant to do that all along.
It sounds
I
like-
really
it sounds
meant
like,
to do it that way all along.
sounds like
no, he didn't.
sounds like Hulk Hogan interviews.
Yeah.
Well, brother, I said that wasn't going to work for me, and
Created entrance music.
and it was
entrance music.
yeah. So you know that no, Rock's kind of at that phase, you know. But I think once you've kind of left the orbit, you kind of have a different level of perception of the world that may be detached from reality, especially when you're very rich and famous at certain levels. I often contend that, but also still he is somebody relatively really smart in business and industry, or he wouldn't be where he is, obviously. But yeah, so but also they may also be playing us for something else coming down the line that we don't know.
You're right.
And you're not going to know. Wow, that was really
You're not
stupid.
gonna know shit.
That was a
until
really
shit
stupid,
happens.
weird
Yeah.
decision,
Reeling
and
us
then
in. Okay,
and then you hit like
we're
about 6
showing
months
us-
from now, we're like,
It makes sense
There we
now.
go, there
It
it
all
is.
makes sense.
Yep, bob and weave. Like we don't see what the left hand's doing, right?
Right.
So like I think they're the masters. This is magic. This is
Yeah.
fucking magic.
You're getting hooked.
Yes, it is. You
You're
know,
just
and then,
Rock's just casting it out.
yeah. That's right.
reeling you in.
Casting himself a buff eagle. There you go. You know, it's you know, I think they play. You know, they'll put something out like what I didn't listen to the context of Rock, but you know, hypothetically, man, why are they letting Karrion Kross swear on this thing? Why are they letting Rock do this thing? And they're just like, to make the internet blow up. Oh my God,
Yep.
WWE's so detached. They're pissed off. This guy's not getting a thing, and then it's going to come around to a thing down the line.
Yeah.
You know, and
Make
just like,
it all
oh, we actually kind of seeded that, you
Yeah.
know, and let's see how it plays. Let's see how people react to it, even online.
Right.
You know, Triple H with the internet isn't a real thing, you know, for reactions, and like people should just enjoy it. It was like okay, yeah. As a creative, at a certain point, you're just like, yeah, you know, when you're getting that many people criticizing the thing you do, that is not mentally healthy. What is Cena say?
Nope.
This is not a healthy relationship. And you know,
It's professional wrestling.
Yeah,
There is
yeah.
no such thing as a healthy
so
relationship.
you
in
have to put
professional
a
wrestling.
block. You have to put a wall up in order to live at a certain point
Yeah,
if you're in this
true.
profession. I mean, you guys, as you guys grow, you're going to get a lot of really fucked up criticism,
Oh,
right?
yeah,
if you're
yeah.
not already
Oh,
now,
yeah.
right?
Yeah,
I
dude.
mean, I don't know.
No, yeah.
But at a certain point, there's something you can be like, I mean, I don't know if you're going to get hair plug surgery like somebody in response that extreme.
probably will.
Honestly, it says,
definitely will.
you're like, I know where I'm going. You're enjoying this head of
like how
hair while
those-
you
I like
got
how
it.
I
those
sure
shades
am.
are
It's already
down
leaving
just to
me
make sure
slowly
it's
enough.
not us.
That's why I ain't cutting my hair again. I'm just like, if you listen, man,
Fluff
this
Eagle
may
Yeah.
this might not go away.
I ain't cut this in 5 years, man.
Yeah.
I'm holding on to what I
Look,
got.
Exactly.
If it's gone, it's gone.
Yeah,
At this
yeah.
point.
It's just like, hey, I think you got a good head for the shave, though.
Yeah.
I'm really worried what's going to happen here.
Oh, so
you know,
real.
like. But
Yeah.
I don't know. This noggin's got a good shape to it. I know the chin don't work, so that's why this is like I shaved once, and the wife was like, "Never again." She saw my chin once in 20 years,
She said nope.
and she's like, "Never
Sorg,
again." Put
as
it back in
long-
its hole.
Sorg,
Yes.
as long as you do not cut your chin, as we found out with Tommaso Ciampa,
Oh my
when he
god.
cut his chin, and that was, I'm sorry, that picture he showed when it was full open,
Mm-hmm.
it looked like he had a second mouth on his chin.
Yeah,
It
dude,
was
shit
that
was
cut open.
crazy.
That was
Like,
nasty.
wow.
But then it's like, oh, I guess I have to shave it. Yeah.
He's like so angry. He's gonna be off
He
TV
looks
for
like
3
a
weeks until that
troll.
thing grows back. So,
looks like a-
they're like, we can't do this. You don't look like the action figure, bro. So I
If
want
you
to
don't
know.
like Triple H,
You're not what we
that-
sold.
This is gonna be end up his his 2K model. Just him with no beard.
It's gonna be his alt. No
It's already,
beard
in,
Ciampa.
it's already in the creation station right now.
Yeah.
Oh, somebody get that download on 2K before they pull it. So, anyways,
But let me ask you
Yeah,
something
go ahead.
about Cena before we go off.
Yes, let's do Cena and then we'll go to break real quick.
Because Cena, he studies stuff.
Yeah.
Do you think he was studying a little bit of the Foley ECW run?
Mhm,
Where
mhm, mhm.
Foley wanted ECW fans to hate him before he left.
Yeah.
So he went anti-hardcore.
Yeah.
With the headlocks and the slow, methodical pace.
Mhm.
And
I
he's
did
like,
notice
I'm
that.
going to make you hate me.
Yeah, yeah. No, I think that's it, and I think it's just like this is the most, I think he's just like everything that's bugged me over the last 20 years that legitimately has bugged me, and I've dealt with and moved on. We're just gonna bring to the surface, like the way he was talking on the McAfee show. It was just like I haven't seen this Cena. Like this is the Cena that did the album.
Oh,
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like this is that Cena.
Yeah.
He's not basic thugonomics, but he's very, very blue, very true.
Yes,
you know.
He's still in touch.
Yeah, yeah, actually,
Yeah.
yeah. Like he doesn't feel like somebody that is like, I say that, like when you're out of the stratosphere as a famous person,
Right.
like he does feel, and they read his tweets. I retweet a lot of his tweets because they're like, oh yeah, this is you're like the best mindfulness, like you're like the self-help mindfulness guy without a book right now, right?
Yeah.
So, but anyways, I think it's incredible. I love the thing the next night where he did the countdown.
Mm.
Yeah, that was-
27 days, not dates, not matches. I thought that
Yeah.
was a very interesting distinction. So
Well.
now how does he get, talked into matches so we can do some stuff, right?
Right.
I don't
yeah.
know, a random RKO.
Man, that was beautiful.
I mean,
that was beautiful on Monday.
going from, remember when they had the series and they had the match of Randy and John here? It was the screw you Rey Mysterio night. We see him Punk's last night, and I think we relatively booed the match out of the building.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
booed the match out of the building.
Yeah,
We chanted for other wrestlers. They did the moves. We booed the moves and chanted for other wrestlers.
yeah, yeah. Oh no, we were assholes that night. We said we are not having
They
this.
faced it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like I thought, we made Philly look respectful that night as
Damn.
wrestling fans.
God.
We really did.
God.
We booed Rey Mysterio. We booed Batista just for
Batista deserved it,
existing
though.
as not Daniel Bryan. Really that was the case, right? You're not Daniel Bryan. Fuck off.
Respectable.
Respectable,
Respect,
honestly.
Yeah. So and then CM Punk said, I don't even want any of this anymore. And whatever happened there. So yeah, wow. Wow. You know what? I think long before John Cena attempted to ruin wrestling as he is now, Pittsburgh did a good try of it. Let's be honest about this. Between that, the Iron Man match between Dolph Ziggler and Seth Rollins.
Oh,
Yes.
I was gonna bring
Like,
that up.
we
Yeah,
were-
I forget that happens in Pittsburgh.
We
Can't forget
became
that.
notorious at some point.
That's why they don't give us a
And-
WrestleMania.
We're
No.
still. I mean, we got payback, and that was pretty.
It was amazing to see Payback.
Yes,
It
that was a very good show.
It was a good show.
I can't tell you off the top of my head what was on it, but I remember having good vibes. So,
The only
and-
match I remember was Becky versus Trish. Steel
Okay.
Cage.
Oh,
That's
wow.
the only match.
Wasn't that the hardcore tag title match with Kale and Sammy and Judgment Day? Wasn't
Yeah.
that
Oh,
on that
yeah.
show?
We were like right in the back because
I
they
think that was
came.
on that show. I don't know.
Yeah,
I
they
didn't
came
watch
towards
it.
us and they were just like fighting and brawling. I'm scared.
That was 2023 that happened, by the way.
Damn.
I wore my listen. This is fresh in my head because I wore the Payback shirt on Monday because I ran out of active wrestling promotion shirts that I had on me. By the way, I need an 880 shirt. It's wait, what is this list over here? The referees are listed. The host, John Cena, hosted this night in Pittsburgh, according to this. He hosted the night, and then the matches were just give me the list. Rollins and Nakamura for the heavyweight championship.
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
I do remember John coming out.
That was a great lead up for that match too. Rhea and Raquel.
I did see that.
Okay. Judgment Day, which was Finn and Damian Priest against Kevin and Sammy.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
came out with the jerseys.
Yeah,
and popped
that was
up.
when fucking Kevin did a swanton from the
Mhm.
Yes, over the
ledge.
entrance.
Yeah, over the entranceway.
Ray and Austin Theory for the U.S. Championship. LA Knight and Miz
yeah.
with John Cena as the special guest referee, which I think was an impromptu situation,
And-
right?
Yeah.
Becky Lynch and Trish in a steel cage match. Oh my god!
Yeah.
Why don't I remember that? Oh no! I need to watch the show again.
I was the fact that's the only
Who was
match
in
I
the steel
remember.
cage match?
Huh?
Who was in the
Trish and
It was
Becky.
Trish and Becky.
What the fuck?
Yeah, right.
When
Yeah.
did that happen?
They were- I think they were like first match.
I think they were. Yeah. So,
Dude, when the fuck did they feud recently? I do not
this
remember that.
was in
It was
2023,
2023.
and it was
I
like the end of their
remember that.
feud. So,
Dude, I fell out so much with WWE like after like WrestleMania 39. It's crazy.
Honestly,
I watched WrestleMania. That's about it.
that's not a bad call though. A lot of people do, right?
Yeah.
Rumble, Mania, maybe
Yeah,
a SummerSlam.
I always
so.
make sure I got the Rumble too.
Anyways, we're going to read after we do a quick shout out here. So thank you everybody that does support the show over on patreon.com/Wrestling Mayhem Show. Go shout out to our Patreon supporters over there that are supporting this show, our friends at the fan of the show level. Bo Diggity! Woo! As well as Team Hamfist, the Tupac family, Bubba Brewer of the APWF and Triple B podcast, Jason French at the Poppy Club level is Dave Prof Pod Potter, as well as the Rats in a Trench Coat, Tony Kincaid at the Pizza Club level, the Riz and the Mad One, and at the manager level, Bradley Riz.
Oh, wait. Oh, hit the wrong
Riz,
button. Hit the
Riz,
wrong
you missed your
freaking
cue.
button.
You
God
missed your
damn it,
cue.
Riz.
And
God
there
damn
it
it.
is.
There we go.
There it is. Thank you for that, Riz.
I
And
mean, after all, it is George season.
yes, it is
It is
George
George.
season.
Oh, yeah,
George
baby.
are now in. Sunday was George night. So there you go. Thank you everybody does support the show. Patreon.com/Wrestling Mayhem Show. We because we did some Patreon in the Bank stuff here recently. You get the Patreon after talk where we bring back the banned individuals from the show to talk to. We have a live stream that happens. So when we go to commercial on here, yeah, we're still chatting, and we have that situation too. Like throughout the night, we usually have that running. So a little bit extra stuff there. We try to have some side conversations with there. So thank you everybody does support the show over there, including somebody who's been a long time supporter of the show is Tina Keys, and Tina sent an email to that email address.
Good times.
Good times at WrestlingMayhemShow.com. Yes, it still works. Tina from Seattle says, well, let's just see where it goes. My thoughts are still swirling from this past weekend's wrestling events. I wanted to share my thoughts, a few thoughts, particularly regarding WrestleMania and Karrion Kross's recent promo.
Oh, my God.
WrestleMania this year, while entertaining in parts, left me with a lingering sense of dissatisfaction. Whew, jet lag. Several storylines felt unresolved, lacking the compelling momentum to truly engage me and leave me eagerly anticipating the future. The lack of a clear path for some of the superstars was, for me, a significant drawback. It felt like missed opportunities to build anticipation and investment in some. Then there's Karrion Kross's promo. It was captivating, and I found myself drawing parallels to the dramatic monologues often featured in Shonda Rhimes productions. If you're a fan, you should know Scandal, and you know what I'm talking about. Lol. The intensity, the raw emotion, the carefully crafted buildup of tension. This is precisely what I anticipate most about professional wrestling, its ability to tap into the very real human emotions. Cross's promo wasn't just about larger-than-life personas. It allowed a glimpse into the frustration, simmering rage, and the feeling of being underappreciated. A relatable struggle even outside the world of wrestling. The way he channeled those powerful emotions resonated deeply. It was a stark reminder of the human element behind the spectacle of vulnerability that makes the character so compelling. These observations, the perceived shortcomings of WrestleMania storytelling and the raw power of cross promo, highlight for me the duality of professional wrestling. It's a world of fantasy and larger-life characters, but also a world deeply rooted in genuine human experience. From the Mother of Dragons, Tina, sent from Yahoo Mail for iPhone. We read the whole. We use all of the Buffalo here on the Wrestling Mayhem Show.
There we go.
Thoughts on that?
All right, I agree with her. WrestleMania was disappointing as fuck.
Whoa!
I'm
sorry.
not gonna lie.
I'm sorry.
I did not like
I'm
most of
sorry.
it.
Like,
Honestly, I hated most of it. I'm
Wow.
not gonna lie.
I don't know. It just didn't have I didn't have that same feeling as I did for Philadelphia.
Okay.
Like, it just didn't capture like that same excitement almost. Like, I was so excited for a lot of it because a lot of it was slowly built. I
Yes.
feel like over time as well, like with Raw and SmackDown, it was kind of like, we got to get here, we got to get here, we got to get here, we got to get here.
Mhm,
And now that we got there, it was just nothing that they
Yep.
used and they never built from it.
Okay.
So I'm like, okay. I don't know. I just did not have
It just
that same
didn't hit for you.
excitement. Yeah. I don't
Night
know.
one just felt like a Raw.
Yeah,
Like, all the
honestly.
matches were like 8 minutes
Honestly.
long. Like it was like
Okay.
It was really
Okay.
speedy.
Okay. Really, I thought the second night felt speedy in comparison.
Actually,
Again, different
that
different
is correct.
perspectives,
That is correct.
obviously. So.
No. Because night 2 was definitely like bam,
Boom, boom,
bam,
boom, boom.
bam, bam. And
Yeah.
I was like, oh, okay. I was like, all
the
right.
matches felt way longer
Yeah.
on night two. Though.
Really
Yeah.
interesting.
Also, they made Gunther tap, and I don't
Oh
like
my
that.
god. I was like, what?
That pissed me off so. I do. I'm a no yeet man for life. For life.
Mm.
My heart was pounding watching that match. Like I was
Jesus.
like shoot pissed off. Like,
Okay. Dave.
Yeah, I no.
Riz?
Honestly, for the Jay Gunther match,
Mhm. Oh. Oh no, he's
Sorry
choked
about
up
that.
over it. Here we
that's how
go.
bad the match was.
I was about to say.
sounded like doing an intern John here. That I like the fact that it showed Jay using Gunther's moves against him,
Yeah.
because that was different from what we're expecting.
Yeah.
A Jimmy or Jay or an Uso match. You know, that I thought that was the best match of night one.
Mhm.
It started, and well, the problem is that both last matches, and we all know people remember the first match and the last match the most.
Yeah.
Both matches, in terms of being matches, not storytelling, matches were not great.
Okay.
Storytelling, yes.
Okay.
You know, but I think also for night one, we understand Paul Heyman's not the most athletic person in the world, so you knew he was going to low blow, crotch chop him.
Yes.
Again, in the crotch,
Right in the
both
ding
times
ding.
because of the way
Yes.
he was like right there, and you're like, okay, he's setting himself up. But
He's also setting
Yeah.
himself up so the crowd sees what's about to happen. Like he was
Exactly,
definitely
exactly.
like
No,
he's
that I
playing
don't-
for the
yeah.
back row, which is way in the back. So
But I'm saying, and then with the Cena match, where they're trying to show Cena putting on a boring match on purpose
Mhm.
to kill wrestling,
Mhm.
that's the last thing that people remember, though.
Mhm.
So I think that is what partially hurts. Also, the fact that in terms of pure excitement, pure wrestling, the women's three-way match was the best.
Absolutely.
That match
sure.
was so
That
good.
was
Holy
just- that was just
shit.
crazy.
Sure.
That should have main evented night one. I still
Honestly.
believe that.
Yes.
Honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. And I think.
And I sorry.
Go ahead.
Well, I think that's the difference between someone watching at home,
Mhm.
even if you're watching with people, you're still watching at home versus someone in person at the event.
It's a different thing because when
Yeah.
you're in the event, like to me, it's like, okay, am I bored watching this from a mile away? And I wasn't, and the crowd was into it, and like the lulls were, like honestly, Jade and Naomi, but they were like kind of the lowest end story on there, and
Yeah.
that's respect to them,
Yeah.
but they were, there was a lot to compete with, and there was the lowest end thing. It was the most like kind of not filler match, like they did good, and it was what it was, and allegedly it may have gone short because Jade might have been injured,
Yeah, I thought so too.
Jade looked very
Oh.
lost.
She did.
Mm.
I don't know if it was like
Very obviously like talking.
Mhm.
I felt like
Yeah.
I felt like Jade got lost.
I don't know if it
very
was the
quick.
wheelbarrow that Naomi did, but like it
Mm.
kind of like I feel like she tweaked her knee, like trying to
Mm.
get Naomi to safely land.
Yeah.
And I
So
was just like, I don't know.
unfortunate thing. I mean, we witnessed what happened with Shane that one time.
Yeah.
So like
Oof.
things happen. Unfortunately, things
Yeah,
happen.
right.
But even on a big show, and it's just like, well, okay, what do we got to do to get through this, right?
Yeah, for sure.
So and it sucks it happens on that stage, but
oh my god, yeah.
but at least like it didn't become a bigger issue, at
Right.
least
Yeah.
in front of everybody.
Yeah, for
right.
sure.
So like you got to do the business at that point. Again, and True Prince in the chat has thoughts also like Gunther
Shout
tapping
to
out Jey
T-Pop.
Uso
Uh-oh.
was my favorite part of Mania, especially
Oh,
since Sammy just
on!
told me on Twitter beforehand that Jay wasn't going to
T-Pop,
win.
you motherfucker.
Oh man,
we got
shots are
beef.
fired in the chat room.
Oh, dude, I'm not
Uh-oh.
reposting any more gifs ever. Just kidding. I'm lying. That was already a lie. Please
Stop
don't
it
hate
now.
me, T-Pop. I love you.
So you better stop it.
Yep.
To be fair,
Okay.
I think one of the things that kind of like that move kind of why it was so weird was not because it happened, but more along the lines of how sudden it was. Like I was like, oh, he hasn't been a move. I'm just gonna look at my phone for a minute because he's obviously gonna kick out, and then I hear the bell ring and I look up and he won.
You
Mhm.
couldn't beat
I
him
think
with the
that
four
was
splashes
more
he
of a
did.
shock than anything for that one, for that match. And
Yeah.
I was to the assumption that Gunther was going to do kind of what he did to Pat McAfee to
Mhm,
Jey
mhm,
Uso
mhm.
at Mania. I thought it was just going to be like, all right. I was like, he's not. I didn't think he was going to lose 2 titles in a row
Yeah.
at Mania.
Yeah. Now
Against
he's just
a-
like he's the guy that can't pull it off at Mania.
Yeah,
Isn't
yeah.
that
Now
interesting?
he's the underdog.
Yeah, yeah. So, which leads into whatever they're doing with him from Raw, attacking Pat and Cool and everything like that. Did the sell for Pat seem long? Again, I'm watching it in
Yes.
person, so I didn't know if you would go on a
Yeah,
commercial.
No, that shit was
Like-
It was
very
long. It was-
He
It was
took
weird.
the time.
He took the time, and I don't know, are they filling for somebody to make it to the arena? They can't be everybody's there, right?
Then he started like
honestly-
high-fiving people. and
Yeah, he
then
was
all of a
high-fiving
sudden he
people while
goes-
he's. I'm like,
Yeah,
what
like-
are you doing?
As he's
Again.
on the ground
Yeah.
choking. By the way, he's
Yeah,
just like,
yeah.
Fucking Pat
and
I
he's
just
McAfee,
like-
doing he's
dude.
fake throwing up. It's like,
Yeah, Pat.
Pat was going over the top.
Yeah,
Pat
yeah.
was going way
Pat's like
too over the
Pat's
top.
like trying to get the Oscar out of this shit.
Yeah.
I'm just like, Pat, no, just
And-
do no.
and
no.
it was very nice to hear, and I know you couldn't hear it,
Mhm.
but it was very nice to hear Joe's Tessitore on.
Oh, he's
on
really good. I fuck
commentary.
with him heavy.
That voice needs more work.
I mean, he's on
they
SmackDown every week.
handled that good.
Yeah,
They
we
really
saw him
did
going out
handle
there.
that good, and I like how Michael Cole handled. You hear him occasionally. Oh, can someone check on Pat? Do we have any news on Pat?
Yeah,
You
yeah.
hear him say a commentary.
It's almost like he's mimicking, a real situation where because there was a point, there's a part with Lawler where it was kind of a similar,
Yeah.
not fully, but a sort of situation like that where he's worried about his
Yeah.
friend's stuff. So
Mhm.
I think they kind of took a little bit of that energy and turned it into something that they can work with here
Mhm.
wherever this goes. It's very
Yeah.
interesting, So
and I do like the amount of people online saying, including the mad one, that Gunther turned face because of what he did to Pat.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I was like, what?
Not everybody likes Pat, but
Yeah.
Pittsburgh does apparently.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I was going to lead that into, and I forgot. Gunther's weakness. Oh, during the chokehold, and I saw a little bit on the clips back. I thought Pat's people, like when Pat's people jumped over and they were like holding them back, I thought it was a bunch of fans.
I thought so
But
too.
they treated them like the way, like they were, again, you caught a little bit of this on the clip. It seems they were physical
Yes,
with
they
them.
were.
Like I
Yes,
was
they
like,
were.
who are
I
these
didn't
fans?
see
Oh, these are
that.
the guys they just showed. These are the Pat McAfee show guys.
He was like,
These are the guys on
tossing
WWE
people.
2K right now.
What? Yeah, don't get me
last
started.
year.
Yeah, last year I was so excited when that DLC dropped. I'm like, who the fuck is this guy?
I was definitely
You
like,
know,
who is
AJ
this?
Hall.
What is
How's your
happening?
Pat's friends, man?
I was like, huh?
Man, I wish what.
Boston Rob? You don't want to play Boston Rob?
Listen, if I was in that position, I'd be putting my friends that nobody fucking knows in the game too. So, hey guys, you can play as the Riz. Who the fuck is the Riz?
You
Like,
play-
no,
you
not
play
the
as
kid.
Eagle.
No, the
No,
real
Eagle
Riz. Yeah. As long as his entrance is just gonna be the eagle, but and then John is just going to be a question mark, also with a different version of the eagle coming out. So, anyways,
I'm birthed from the eagle's head like Athena from Zeus.
Oh my god.
you know what?
Ooh, deep cut.
Damn.
Deep mythology cut.
You know what? Hell
Man,
yeah.
that's a college education right there.
Yep, there you go.
So-
Couldn't be me, man. I barely made it through high school.
Mm-mm. I got that diploma. I was like, that's it for me.
Yeah, man.
You're like, I'm out.
That's it.
I'm gonna go take bumps now.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna-
there we go.
I'm
As
going.
soon as high school was done, I was like, yep, wrestling.
That's it.
I
That's
was
your-
wrestling my last year of high school.
You technically went to school afterwards.
Yeah,
That's your secondary
880 's
education.
my
Honestly,
college.
yeah.
Secondary education.
That is my university.
yeah, University of 880
880
wrestling.
wrestling.
880 strong, baby.
880 you baby. So that was so bad. My wife just walked out. She said, "I'm done with this shit." There's an alien on the couch, and I don't know what's happening.
Fuck did I get myself into?
I was
man?
like, "Watch the product." So, anyways. I hope she actually walked out. Anyways, God, so much happening. We can talk more here after the break, but we got to get some other business. But in the meantime, go check out over on indiewrestling.us. A lot of great stuff going on there, including the network, including everything going on with 880 Wrestling that we're going to be talking about here in a moment. The full, practically the entire catalog from the first Thursday night fights. Maybe you don't want to go all the way back there. But if you want to see how far people have come, it's a great joint over there.
880 is the best
So
wrestling in Pittsburgh,
yes,
man.
just like I would rather you not listen to the first episode of this show. Some people probably don't want you to watch their first match in 880 Wrestling.
Please don't.
Please don't.
I mean, we could track down the first Alao Dreams match.
Oh no.
It's out there. How far you've come.
Lord.
So, I always love
Like that one song.
What's that?
It's like that one song that they keep playing.
What?
What
What are you doing?
Dude, I fucking love that song. Hell yeah.
You're iconic.
I don't know what the hell he's talking about, dude, but I love
No,
it.
it's
I'm
fine.
very
It's
confused.
fine.
We're gonna give it to him.
Yeah, let's just give it to
Just give it to me, please.
I think that's
the
Billy's
only thing I
favorite
have.
song too.
Oh, perfect.
Only thing
Anyway, psychedelic dreams, psychedelic dreams here. Oh god, we'll make it through the show, I swear. And you got a big match here on 880's Pittsburgh versus Brooklyn.
Oh yeah,
The
baby.
next chapter, I
Yes.
believe, it's called. But you're not fighting Brooklyn. You're fighting for the championships. You're
That's
taking
right,
on.
Yes, we
baby.
are.
You're taking on the Den of Desire, Blizzy and Marco.
Yeah.
Another group that's just fantastic.
Oh,
like
yeah, they're
seeing
so
their
good.
growth over
They're
the last
so
year.
good.
Fantastic. We are gonna put on a barn burner.
Man.
Hell yeah.
Oh my gosh. I was there when Marco first debuted. It's
I was
like-
not.
I was there when Marco first debuted. The first debuted. Oh my gosh.
yeah.
Came a long way.
Started as a ring announcer.
Yes.
you know.
Yes, correct.
So I'm just like, I don't know what their deal is, but I love the energy.
I love
and
it.
then, you know, and
Damn.
then, yeah. And also,
Marco's
like,
a fucking star, dude.
I show from week to week, and like, I don't know, I'm not seeing who's in training, and they're just like, hey, this person's on announcing. I'm like, oh, okay, that's a choice, whatever. You know, it's just like, I don't know what's going on, and then like seeing the development and seeing what happens. You know, I think Marco first tussled with a steel dragon, if I'm not
Yes.
mistaken.
Yes. Correct.
You know, situation. Alao, you were doing sound for the longest time.
Yeah.
You know, getting the shout outs every week. You know, and that's the thing. Like, you guys are going through the steps into like to becoming a major match on you know the monthly card, you know. So like it's really interesting to see that process very in person, you know, talking about not behind the curtain, but you know seeing that development, right?
Yeah.
So I you know, Sammy, you're a little newer than Alao, not by much,
I think
right?
by like at least a year, I think.
I think so.
So Alao's the grizzled vet.
Yes.
Okay. You know,
Alao's my sensei.
Well, that plays him.
You know, obviously, you know, if people listen to this podcast, maybe they haven't caught your matches and everything like that. Can you give us a little bit of, other than what we've got from your personality here over the last 40 minutes, plus, you know, tell us about kind of where you guys are coming from, you know, when they see you guys out there, and how you guys kind of came together as this tag team.
Yeah. I think honestly, it just started from like, he was just like, what, you were reffing.
Yeah,
reffing.
I started. Well, no, I didn't start. You're confusing me with my twin brother who tragically passed away. We people mix us up a lot, but
okay. Well,
unfortunately, he's passed. So, but but
He
yeah,
was a great referee.
he was an okay referee.
he was good. He was good.
People called him shorts ref because he would only wear shorts when he refed.
and high socks.
As I do, it runs in the family. We all wear different high socks.
They're mismatch. Like now he has ducks and bears. I think
I got a bear. Yeah, I got Yogi Bear, and I got the Grandpa Duck socks on today.
That's some sock game right there.
Yeah, my sock game
With the
was
pink shoes.
unmatched.
That's awesome,
Dude.
You know,
Ain't nobody got more drip than me in Pittsburgh. Right now.
Enough of you.
take that, anybody wearing David Allen.
Wow.
But yeah, like we became a tag team. Like I was training for I think like 3 months at this point,
Mm-hmm.
and then I meet Alao, and we just kind of hit it off, and we're just like, "Fuck, you want to be in a tag team?" And then we're like, he debuted way before me. I eventually debuted. We just kept pestering like the committee, the booking, like, guys.
We also planted like so many small seeds in like every little Thursday. Like if
Well,
I
like
had to-
long-term storytelling.
Yeah, like there would be times if I get done with the match, he comes down, checks on me like, "Oh, you good? You good?" I'm like, "Yeah." Good."
They didn't know we were doing it, but
They didn't know we were. They didn't know we were doing anything. Like he was I would just wait there, boom, boom, bam, and like what? What happened? You did a promo?
So I had that match with Voxy.
Yeah,
Won that.
I saved
He
you.
beat my ass after you came and saved me, and that was like we cut the promo like in the show. We're a thing. We're the guys. We're two guys.
A classic wrestling promo.
Yeah,
I got you.
yeah.
We the guy.
We are two guys, and we're gonna wrestle together.
Had to give him his special tab to calm down because he was a little irritated. So it was
Yeah,
fine.
you know.
It's fine.
I'm
But
peeking right now.
stop. Enough.
There was a series of somebody trying to get you to stop taking the
That
stuff.
was Mikey Montgomery.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
I
Okay.
love that match. That was
Like I love it. So you're for you. So what is it that you ingest when we see you in your entrance? It's always really kind of up front there. We always get a great shot of it.
it's a psychedelic pick me up is what we'll call
Okay,
it.
okay,
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
Do your research. I got you. Okay, all right. So I mean, and it adds a certain air to what's going on.
Yeah,
you
it
know?
does. It really makes me lock in. Like,
Mhm,
it gets me in the zone.
Everybody has their routine.
Yeah, MV
Right.
Young does 400 push-ups. I just pop a tag, you know.
Same thing.
Yeah. Same exact thing.
Same exact thing. Same energy and everything. So, so there you go. That's where you get psychedelic dreams.
Yes.
Yes.
Yo.
Absolutely. You know, you guys have been seeing a lot of build here over the last several months, a year, I guess, maybe, and everything. And then you added a third member.
Yes, we did.
Yes. What is, and again, we do have an audio version of this. I know we got really excited about Billy at the beginning of the show. But Billy's sitting on the couch And he's been very quiet,
Yeah.
you know.
has
Wait,
And
you ain't been hearing him? He's been talking the whole time.
Right.
You haven't.
Can you not hear him,
haven't
Sword?
heard
I don't.
He's so pissed about WrestleMania, dude. You didn't know.
He's-
Oh, really?
He's
Yeah.
very. It took
Yeah.
forever to calm Billy
Well, you
down.
can help me interpret here.
Okay.
You know
No,
what?
I think it may also be the filters that Zoom has on.
Yeah, it might be the Zoom
Because-
filters.
because
We always
they-
have
yeah,
problems
Zoom
with
has
that.
a-
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's, for the since we're kind of technically disabled here, help us interpret what's going on here.
I don't know. Billy just kind of came in from like a inspirational type deal. As you know, characters otherworldly. He's more of like goofy, like also like otherworldly.
Yeah,
so
from
it's,
outer space.
yeah, so it's like,
Literally. Yeah.
but yeah, with us two just having that same like connection.
Mhm.
Bam,
Mhm.
aliens. Hello,
We
like
love aliens.
extraterrestrial. So like
Aliens are the greatest.
we were
thing.
like, we definitely want to do something that's like cosmic and like bring in something fresh as well.
Mhm.
So there's Billy.
and now this little shit's more over than both of us. So.
Oh my god, every week
Now-
I can't stop
Now,
hearing about
has
it.
Billy, I know he's sitting right here, and we don't want to talk ill in front of him, but like, has Billy kind of gotten a big head about things? Is it
He's became
like, is
very
he-
bougie.
He's
It's very
it really
bougie.
depends on the day. He still acts the same, but he's taking these 880 paychecks and he's buying himself some very
Oh my
nice luxury
God.
stuff.
Oh my god, I feel like
He bought a whole new UFO.
honestly.
Like-
Whoa! Like, is it like is it like a like a lowrider or something? Like, is it really tricked
No,
out? Or
it's huge.
It's whatever you
it's
wanna
like
think.
36 inches off the ground, dude.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
insane. Like,
okay?
Yeah,
but
Like,
he hasn't the fame hasn't fully gotten to his head yet. Ain't that right, buddy?
Okay, but he's just having a good night in the South Side.
Yeah,
is what
yeah,
you're
yeah,
saying.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mhm. He
Nice.
loves it there. He loves it there. He rather be there than his own home planet.
It fits right in. I'm
yeah,
sure.
he loves the people at Dottie Block, or not Dottie Block. We're not there anymore.
No.
At the shop.
Nobody's at Dottie Block.
Nobody's
yes.
at Dottie Block.
No, it's very lonely at Dottie Block right now.
I bet it is.
So I was like, oh, I'm here for school. No, you're not.
No, you're not. They don't do that. here
Who are
anymore.
you? Who are you?
Please get out of my building.
Yeah. Out now, please.
It's a yoga studio now. It's like,
Why isn't there a wrestling ring here, dude?
yeah, exactly. Anyways, no, people are definitely excited about Billy. That's one of the things that I got a lot of questions on going into the show this week. Is Billy going to be there? Like, there
Billy
you
is
go.
here.
Yes.
So that's fantastic. And Billy grew his head back. I'm glad to
Yes,
see.
Billy has
Yeah.
regenerative
There was,
powers,
there was an
yes.
incident recently.
We didn't even know he could do that.
Yeah.
So DOJ jumped us.
Stinky.
They-
Stinky
the
jockeys.
those Department of Jaguars.
Department of Jerks.
Oh, okay.
Department of Jokes.
Dio Stinky.
We've had, I think, if anybody remembers the Department of
Oh,
Jocks
I remember
episode,
that
it was
episode, yeah.
it was a time.
Those
It was a time.
fools. But yeah, big stink. He's the stinkiest one of them
He
all. Big Dev
is.
Swayze
He
ripped
is.
off Billy's head,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm like, well, shit, Billy's dead. So then we killed the Jocks.
Yeah.
And then, but after we beat members only to become the number one contender,
Which is why we are the number one contender.
yeah, because we're the greatest. We won the tag gauntlet. Like technically,
All
we
time.
beat every tag team. Technically,
And we did.
if you think about it.
We did.
Okay.
But yeah, I got Billy back. George handed me Billy. I'm like, oh my, your head's back.
He's there.
So evidently he can regenerate.
Good to know.
Yeah.
Good
So
to know. That's a useful skill. Didn't put that on the resume, did he?
no, he did not.
That's,
I really wish he would have told us that earlier. It would have saved me a lot of trauma.
Would have been super helpful.
But it's
Well,
fine.
what dedication to motivate the team?
Well, the fact that we are what? Like,
What are we?
I don't know.
I don't know what you're trying to say here.
I don't know me neither.
Next question, please.
What's his,
Next.
This sounds like a clickbait question.
Okay, this is a clickbait question.
I want to note that according to my recorder, we got to 53 minutes and 30 seconds before we got a clickbait reference.
Big question.
Thank you for that.
Oh.
Jeez.
Yeah.
What do we do next? Let's talk about this. You mentioned Dottie Block. Obviously, we are now 4-ish months into the
Yeah.
South Side transition.
Yes,
know,
Yeah.
we talked about a lot in the past, but that was a big change. There was a God, one of the most emotional send-offs I think
Oh
I've
my
ever
God, this
been a
dude.
part of.
Yeah,
there.
From start to end, it was very emotional.
Yes.
I feel like too, like
I'm
why it was so emotional. They put so much into that building,
Mhm.
Yeah.
especially from when it was first starting, and like all the artwork, like every little detail and every memory,
every
that
wall
they-
has a story in that building.
like everything.
Some you can't tell on the internet. I'm sure.
no, you can't. No.
You cannot.
I can't wait for 20 years later when we do the Dottie Block documentary.
The dark side of Dottie Blog.
Dark
baby.
side of Dottie
Hey,
Block.
you know that wall that everybody leaned on during the shows? Shouldn't have.
Yeah, you
Shouldn't
shouldn't
have done that.
I told you that basement was dark.
Dude, I don't think I went down there the last year and a half because
Oh,
The basement was our shit, man.
I missed
I
the
was
basement.
like-
Oh, I miss the basement so much.
And it was like, hey, where's so and so? They're in the basement. I'm like, well, they're
Well,
lost.
they're-
they're lost
they're-
to me.
They're gone.
There was a gym down there, but I never worked out in that basement.
Honestly, no, not really. It was like jumping jacks for me, and that was it.
Okay.
Maybe,
Yeah, whatever works
maybe I
for you.
did some pull-ups, but that
Yeah, like a couple of pull-ups, like
Yeah.
jumping, like usual.
with the blunt in my mouth.
Yeah,
that's really about it.
Blunt in hand.
It was just a smoking spot.
It was
What's a gym?
smoking spot / gym. Man, I missed that place.
Me too, man. Oh my God.
Yeah, you're too exposed at the so-
Yeah.
Yeah, the shop just don't hit the same for like just the shop is sick as fuck.
It
Yeah,
really
yeah.
But
is.
Yeah.
smoking wise, it just don't hit the same.
It don't. I must say though, with the new spot, it's a lot more like. I think we get to put a lot into it. Like it's a fresh start for all of us.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So everyone can start plugging in those new memories and like that new like
Mhm.
Yeah.
we're putting up stickers, like we're putting up
Yep.
our own merch, like we're putting up everything that
We're
we
making
put
new
in.
memories, baby. It's
Yeah.
gonna be our new home.
Yeah.
It's
Love
gonna
to see it.
Eventually, you're not gonna miss Dolly Block as much, and it's gonna feel, it's gonna be
Oh, nice.
exactly. Y'all get what I'm saying.
No, we don't.
That's fine.
I think
I'm
I
used to
just
it.
I think I just landed into like a Jimmy Uso press conference over here.
Yeah.
The smile and wave.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, and we on the internet, and yeah,
And-
and-
yeah.
yeet. and yeet. Anyways, so sorry. Again, different vibes. Southside, you're in the city. I think
Yeah.
there's been some
Yes.
really cool stuff going on there. You
Being
know,
wrestling
you
in the
know.
actual Pittsburgh city is sick as fuck. Like,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think we're the only one that's actually like dead on in the city.
Definitely.
Like, so much you can walk out the garage and see the UPMC building.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's crazy. Like, yeah.
So it's like the best kept secret that we're telling everybody about. But anyways, so from that we do have, like I mentioned, we have the Pittsburgh versus Brooklyn this weekend. You guys are a big tag team match on that. These Friday shows are really kind of the biggest showcase of the month for
Right.
everything.
Yeah.
And now I know you're not involved in the versus Brooklyn part of the night.
Not this
But
year,
you know why? You know, for those that don't know, you know why is Brooklyn the versus in this thing?
because they're a bunch of
They're-
dicks.
So I don't
Wow.
know.
Take that,
They-
Brooklyn.
They
Yeah.
talk so much for me. Like,
They
okay,
don't stop talking.
I was in the Pittsburgh versus Brooklyn match last year.
Mhm.
whooped ass.
And I did. First elimination, by the way.
Yeah.
You know, I just felt like for me last year it was so much back and forth on the internet. And y'all know I'm about that action. I don't do no internet talking.
Mhm.
So it's either, you know, it's a ring, let's fight, you know? Like I don't know. It just was such an off vibe with them. I'm not a fan
They
of
want to
Brooklyn.
come in, they want to run shit, and it's
Mhm.
like, brothers, no.
Mhm.
Pittsburgh is clearly better. We're the better city. We have the better wrestling. We have the better school. You can't compete with us.
I'll admit they did beat us though. They did.
They did, but
And this is they're from the relatively the sister school of
Yeah.
what ADD
Yeah.
Wrestling
Yeah.
Yep.
is doing here. But yeah, it's so of course there's going to be a big match as a part of that. You know, then there's you know, a few others kind of surprises are going to be popping up here. You know, match wise, we mentioned your guys' match coming up here, but also we do have Gianni Michael Enrico is defending an 880 championship against A Game.
fucking hate A Game. GMB's gonna kill him.
Tell me
dude.
what you really think about
You know
this
what?
match.
I still feel like I deserve to be in that match.
Dude, you were
Oh,
second
yeah?
to last in that rumble.
I
You almost
was.
had him, and then they're
they're
they're always cheating too. The New York people are always cheating.
He knew what he was doing.
always cheating.
He's going to throw me out like that.
Oh
I
my
had that. I had that
God,
match
you
in the
had that.
bag.
You had that.
It's
Okay.
fine. It's fine. He can have it. He can
I
have
love
it.
this. This is the greatest pregame. I'm going to run this back here on Friday before the show because I love. Okay, what do you think about? Of course, you have Brandon St. James defending the Hardcore Championship against the Hardcore
Oh my
King
God.
Clayton.
Bro.
I can't
You
say.
mean claimed king?
Do not even get me started on Clayton King. Do not even get me started on Clayton King.
You
will talk
him.
the most. Will talk the most shit, but will not fight me. Every day, Clayton King's tagging me and this and that, and not once.
Oh, the tag.
and
That's
not-
really hardcore.
And not once has that man challenged me to wrestle.
So called hardcore. Oh my god! You know what? I'll believe it when I see him face Brandon this week. It's a lot of talk. I just want to see some action.
guy, dude.
Oh, Brandon.
And I'm gonna
course.
I'm gonna be giddy. I'm gonna be jumping up and down and smiling.
We're talking about St. James here.
Bro,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
wrestled St. James in a hardcore match. Clayton King is gonna die, dude. Like
Mhm.
I feel so bad. Rest in peace,
I
Clayton.
don't feel bad.
I mean, you shouldn't. It's Clayton King.
King of hardcore. You ain't the king of shit, man. Like
And I
Anyways.
believe his right to call himself hardcore is also on the line in this match.
I think it is too.
Snatch it
Yeah.
away. Brandon, if you hear me, snatch it away. Snatch it away. I want you to relinquish that title away from him.
Brandon, I need you to pull up
Please.
the skewers in this match, big boss. I
On the
need-
skewers. Let's
Get
do
out
it.
all the sobs.
Okay. TNF Championship. We got some guy named John and Casey War.
Okay, you know what?
Can we just say fuck Buddies Inc., dude? Like,
Yeah,
oh
please.
my god.
Why are we talking about Buddy Sync right now?
Like,
Because they're on the poster. I'm sorry.
Sadly, they are.
yeah.
I guess.
All right.
John's in the same boat. John don't shut up either.
Yeah.
I notice you. I notice
I
you.
notice
Shut
you.
up, dude. Like, oh my god.
I noticed you,
blah,
John.
blah, blah. I noticed that you're a bitch.
Hardcore bitch. Just like your hardcore partner.
I still haven't gotten my book yet.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. We're still waiting for a reader copy of the book. They read
Yeah.
part
Yeah,
of the show.
dude.
His
Dude, John can't
publisher.
read.
His publisher. You know what?
John
we're
can't
not even
read.
going to get through it.
He's self-published.
I-
John can't read.
I don't even think there's words in that book. I'm going to be real.
I think it's just kind of squiggles and he makes it up on the fly because he can't read or write.
Whatever he has down, like every match he has written.
What is it? A diary? Is it a match
I-
diary? What is
I
what's
hope-
happening?
Whatever it is.
Just a bunch of random words. Just whatever word.
Whatever he pops up in his fairy tale of
In
a
his
mind.
stupid
You think it's like a
big
Chat GPT book or
Probably.
something?
Oh,
you
dude,
know?
1000%.
Like
It's gotta
professionally,
be AI, dude.
like AI written.
I think some guy John is AI. Like, let's get into the meat and bones here. That's the real conspiracy. Is some guy
Are you
named
telling me that
John-
some guy named John is a simulation?
Probably.
I will.
Clone,
Dude,
maybe.
I wouldn't be surprised.
I'm here.
I
but
feel like,
like, is it like the clone they didn't get right?
Oh, it
the
might.
clone they got
That's why he's just
very
some guy.
It
wrong.
might be a little messed up. like
Just-
a little
just-
drawing.
Maybe
little
back to the
bit.
drawing board is
Yeah.
what
Yeah.
you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay,
Maybe
I
take him
understand.
back, reroute some stuff, and then get back to
Him
us.
and the unpublished book, please. Thank
like,
you.
oh, dude,
That's where we're at.
I
this point.
can't stand those fools. Those
We,
All right.
clowns.
we beat them a couple times anyway.
in Brooklyn.
Yeah.
You got one more little match coming up here too. So, like we said, you in the den. We've already talked about this, but I'll let you guys talk about it again if you want.
Now listen, we love the den.
I'm here for the den.
But when
Love
it comes to Friday, we are going to beat the brakes off of the den. Like,
did you see
trust
that
us.
post Marco tagged us in earlier?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, we get it.
Sassy.
You
for
are the
no
longest
reason.
reigning tag champions, but that is going
Mhm.
to
That,
end.
that don't mean
Mm.
shit when we pin
does
you
not.
1, 2, 3 to win.
It's
to win
our
the gold.
time. Yeah.
All right, I got a hard question for you.
All right,
Maybe.
I got a hard answer.
Oh, I'm ready for it. Who's that? Who's the highest tag team in 880 wrestling?
Us.
Us. We
Why?
are the
Us.
psychedelic
Why?
Okay,
dreams.
listen. All
Hello?
they only smoke. We do. We smoke and we pop. Okay, let me see, like
Okay.
Yeah.
they
Okay.
they
Yeah.
they might be a little high, but
Yeah.
bro, we're tweaking. Well, I'm tweaking.
I'm gonna have to put this interview through ChatGPT so I can understand what just happened. But
There you go.
go.
Short answer is us.
We are. Hello? Psychedelic. The name is in there.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah.
Psychedelic is in the name. They don't call themselves the Den of Smoke or something. I don't know.
The den
like-
of, the den of what? whatever. Okay, whatever.
Okay.
That's where we're at.
880 Wrestling, Pittsburgh versus Brooklyn. The next chapter is coming up here. It's going to be Friday night, 8 p.m. There's going to be a free pre-show at 7:40. I think it's slated to start here. So we're going to be leading in very, very hot. Come down if you're in the South Side, and if not, it's going to be on. It's going to be part of Indie Wrestling Network. It's going to be on the. We're actually going to have it for the $1 as an introductory thing. This is the first time we're going to pay-per-view for 880 Wrestling. We're going to have a $1, the standing room only tier over on the YouTube. You'll be able to go check it out live as part of that. Yeah. So and it was a little like let's hop into this and let's support. And this is part of a move to also to support what we're doing around 880 Wrestling and everything too. So we hope you guys have been enjoying it and you get a part of that. I know a lot of you guys out there that are already in the chat room already subscribed to the YouTube. So I know I don't think you're going anywhere. It's been a really fun product. It's been really, I always love seeing people grow. I had the fortune to watch people that I saw grow up in this industry on WrestleMania this weekend.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's amazing.
The Eric of the War Raiders doing his first walkout at WrestleMania.
Yes,
Walking Wild had a great
yes.
moment last year and was
so good.
And was the first person to walk out on Monday night for the main event tapings. And was there during the AAA announcement that we'll talk about here, right? Yeah. So it's really cool to see all those people, that have come through Pittsburgh, coming through things like this, and I think you never know who's gonna be somewhere in 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 years. Sometimes takes longer than others. Ray-Ro, Eric has had a long, interesting travels on that.
Yeah,
he posted about it, and if anybody deserved to be on Mania, it's that dude.
Yeah, for sure.
For sure. So, anyways, Psychedelic Dreams. And that'll be this Friday night. You can check out that show and everything. So we're going to take a quick break. Let's talk about AAA. Oh, yeah. Let's talk about whatever else is coming up that we didn't hit up yet. There's so much. We're not getting all of it tonight. Let's be honest. But we're going to get enough of it at least. And we'll be right back in a couple minutes after this.
I'm Eamon.
I'm Merlin.
And we're a gay.
And his NB.
Are you a reality television connoisseur?
Do you like it discussed from an LGBTQ lens?
If so, A Gay and His NB is the podcast for you.
Hear us break down all your favorite guilty pleasure reality shows from Bravo, Drag Race, and just about everything in between.
Listen to A Gay and His NB on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen to podcasts.
Wrestling Mayhem Show is back, and we have the Psychedelic Dreams of 880 Wrestling from this Friday's 880 Wrestling show that you guys can be in person or streaming. And I just want to give a shout out to my friends at Top Rope Tabletop. I bought a t-shirt from them this week, and as you can see, it's beautiful. What does that say here? Can you guys read that there from across the couch? What does that say?
That says
Mother of the bride, Marion.
Mother of the bride, Marion.
Sorga's a very happy mother.
Listen, I am a very happy mother, and I'm glad I got to support Top Rope Tabletop.
Shout out to
And
Top Rope
I almost
Tabletop.
don't want to return it for the shirt that I ordered. It's very nice. It's very nice. It's from the same people. It's from the same site that does our merchandise, which the jacket was very nice. Awarded in LA, Las Vegas this weekend.
Nice.
So I'm going to wear it for the rest of the show. I am Mother of the Bride.
Wait,
Sorg, is it at least the color that you ordered?
It's the color and the size that I ordered, but not the front of it. Because it's just.
So you're saying that's not official Top Rope Tabletop merch?
It is now. I think. I think they should add it
Next time.
They might as well.
I think everybody should get one. I put the mistake in, and it says on the package Top Rope Tabletop, but via Printify, and then somebody, I can't remember, somebody saying, I hope I get Father of the Bride in my package. If that happens, I don't think we're returning this.
No,
I don't think you should.
You might as well not.
But also,
I think there should be I think there should be a character.
One
of the top rope
NPC.
characters.
Yeah, there you go. Work goes into it.
I am the mother of the bride.
Also, I can't wait for Marion to get her package.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
We need Marion to get hers.
I hope
And it
she
just says, what's the finish on it?
No, it just. Do they have one of those? I thought it was
yeah.
the one I got was just the logo.
Here's the D20.
Yeah, there's a D20. I think I got the. I can't remember
it's
which one.
What's the finish?
She's gonna be so confused.
I hope she Googles
She's gonna be
it.
like, huh?
I'd be like, I don't get this. You
I
know,
hope
she's
she-
gonna
I
be
hope she
very
subscribes.
angry.
Yeah.
Very angry because obviously this is a very timely T-shirt.
Yes,
You
That
know what I mean?
is.
She needs that T-shirt
And
ASAP.
these are custom from like China.
Oh
shit!
Shit.
Oh man, we might have to look at that actually.
Oh.
that might be
I
a
mean,
very
for
big
$5.99,
problem
you
very
can
soon.
Subscribe to Indie Wrestling US on Twitch and watch all your favorite Top Rope Tabletop.
There you go.
There
Well,
you
actually,
go.
it's free, but we appreciate the money. Yeah,
But,
that's
well, it's without ads, so it's fine.
that is true. You do the ads, the music, that kind of thing. That's why you pay for it. So, anyways,
Or use
hell are
your
we doing
money from
next?
Amazon.
what are we doing next? There was an announcement this weekend. As somebody told me, the one of the greatest huggers, Kingo, was on WrestleMania.
Dude, why the fuck was my Kingo on WrestleMania?
Why?
What the fuck
Why?
is life, dude?
So there was an announcement while they're doing their pre-show stuff with they were just like, okay, let's get every Latino wrestler that's here and Joaquin Wild.
What the fuck is
And
Andrade
immediately-
doing here?
I did see that.
He
I
was
like,
CMLL,
what?
was he not?
What's that?
Was Andrade not more CMLL than
I thought so.
AAA?
It doesn't. You know what? It don't
matter
Well,
to
he's
them.
got the history. He might have been in both, and I think his
Right.
father was involved, and I'm sure he was in whatever,
Yeah,
right?
he was in-
So I mean, I don't know what Ray did. Ray's definitely done AAA.
Oh yeah,
He
for
just
sure.
had to.
Ray has to have done AAA before.
Yeah, and I joke about Joaquin, but he did a lot of Mexican wrestling too.
Yeah.
So that he's part of the culture no matter what. We've
Right.
we've had the discussion about this.
It's already done.
Which is great. It's like I love this for him. I'm just it works. It checks.
Fuck it.
Here you go. Like who cares where you're actually from? Anyways, gotta love it. But anyways, yeah. So that was the announcement that WWE has purchased AAA. If you're unfamiliar, and I love the car insurance fucking
And the
jokes.
logo.
I was like,
Yeah.
oh god.
I was like, huh, wait.
no. I'm just like, why is everybody talking about? Oh, now WWE will help me with the flat tire. I'm like, what the fuck are these people?
When I need a tow, it's gonna be a
Oh.
Cody Rhodes branded tow truck.
Cody Rhodes branded. It just
No,
pulls
no,
up.
it's gonna be a luchador, and just that you've never heard of before, but you probably should know about.
Yes.
You know what I mean? It's like they've been doing a lot of CMLL on the Ring of Honor show lately, and it is
Yeah.
bonkers. I'm like, what's a Black Panther? Oh, I'm about Black Panther.
Yeah,
Now,
I
let's
fucking
go.
love this guy.
You know,
no, yeah.
or Dark Panther, whatever the hell
No,
he's
I feel
called.
the same way.
You know,
I don't know who half of these people are, but I see.
but
him, like,
I'm here for it.
I'm locked
I'm
in.
like, give me whatever and an occasional group of Laparcus. Let's go. But anyways, so there is that situation, and you know, it's very interesting. So it is. So AAA is like the, you know, you can call it the WWE in Mexico. It is the biggest promotion in Mexico, much like, you know, I think New Japan is cited as the biggest one in Japan.
Right.
So like that's comparatively what's going on there. So obviously Vikingo, if you don't know Vikingo, look up Vikingo.
He's sick as
He
fuck.
is
So good.
amazing. I will give a shout out to our friends because I produce a couple of those shows. Warrior Wrestling has some Vikingo matches that were just the most insane things that I've ever been a part of doing on video. Was anything involving Vikingo. To be honest,
I like during the press conference for the announcement for that. Everybody was there in suit and tie, like in just straight up like fancy like business class stuff. And then in the background, it's just Vikingo and in his attire.
He just being Vikingo in his. Hold on, let's let me do this, and hopefully they don't give me a takedown for just showing an image. But here's a layout here, and you got like, hey, it's literally like here's Ray, here's both Rays actually. Here's Penta, here's Joaquin, here's Andrade, here's Stephanie. You know, she's from Chile, but she did some AAA. Why does oh God, what, I can't remember his name right now. He looks so confused over here. And then there's Vikingo in the middle, just Vikingoing. Look at that. So this is
dude, it's like your
Also,
fucking
Ray in his
custom
Canadian
character in
tuxedo.
2K My Rise.
Yeah.
well, he's like I don't know if you don't know him, like you're just like, what the fuck is this guy about? Why was he on WrestleMania? You're going to find out in YouTube. This guy, he was such a character that, or not a character, he was such a phenomenon a couple years ago that when we had him at Warrior and we were doing like iPay-per-views and YouTube streaming and stuff, we actually were not allowed to show the Vikingo match live. Like live, to the point where when we did a YouTube in Grand Rapids, I think it was, Joe Dombrowski was working with us on it. I don't know if Rich Bocchini was on it or Val Capone was on it or whatnot. No, that Rich was on it. So it was Dombrowski and Bocchini, who were both tremendous, right?
Yeah.
We had to put up a graphic and not show the match.
Dang.
We filmed it and put it up later, but we were not
Okay.
allowed to stream it. Like that was like a contract writer, right?
So did you
And
have the audio?
we had the audio. So it was so funny because we were talking with Joe about it, and he's just like, yeah, it's so interesting because we're not supposed to actually describe everything. We let it speak for itself and we just enhance to the point where now we're like, I'm like, yeah, you're doing like radio at this point, right?
Yeah.
So you
Right,
have
yeah.
to announce in a different way. So I think they appreciate it. And plus the things you have to describe are fucking Vikingo doing shit, right? And I'm
So he just did like 6 fucking flips and something, dude.
yeah. It's just like, well, how do I even describe what the hell just happened here? He's
It's
like,
like, how
it's
do we
like
put
a
this in
modified
words?
I don't even know how many times he spun. His body moves this way, you know.
That was like a fucking 1260, dude.
yeah. So
380.
you know, Joe may talk like that now. He does JCW.
Yeah.
It's just weird seeing Joe Dombrowski being a thing now, right? So, I'm just glad I subjected him to all that ICP on the car rides over the years because I've just like, turns
did him a
out
service.
this is what you never know. You never know what is preparing you for your future.
Yeah.
All your Vikingo being in his gear for that segment made me think he was going to be the replacement for Rey Mysterio. That's also true. It's like,
that
I'm
was
ready to
so
go.
cool.
The match is in about 6 hours, but I'm ready to go.
Yeah.
So this is interesting. It's incredible. It's also a little scary, honestly, because now you're watching WWE kind of snatch some things up, getting really involved. You're like,
Weren't they like the oldest like wrestling company like anywhere?
70 years,
Yeah.
I believe they said. Well, no, WWE 70 years because they just changed the ender to like 70 years and the leader of sports entertainment and stuff like that is now a thing, which I thought was very interesting. So no, it's something similar to that. New Japan's a 50-year promotion, and because they just had Cool Jack a couple years ago from that, So it's again one of the oldest, one of the biggest. So there was a rumor about them turning it into NXT Mexico, which I hate.
I
don't believe it.
I hope not.
Will there be an NXT Mexico? I bet.
I bet there will, but I don't think.
I don't think
that's
you
what
replace
they-
it. No,
No.
that's
No.
so devaluing of
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, no
honestly.
doubt.
And why take a brand like that and not use the brand?
Right.
Exactly.
You know, I feel like again,
Not
not
a Vince move.
that would be a Vince move,
Yeah,
right?
that is-
Honestly,
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
So-
it's almost like if they took a, I believe it was if they would take a UK
I was just about
brand
to say
and then
that.
just rename it to their below even NXT with
Yeah.
Evolve.
Mhm. Yeah, even that, and that's just again taking more. You know, you have WWID. You know, I think the only people that did. You know, I was talking about how I feel like if you're not kind of in the established loop between everything WWE does and what the collective does, which is now WWE affiliated,
Yeah.
you know, in one way or another, they did the WWID tournament, right?
Yep.
I think that things have kind of solidified. So these smaller companies trying to do shows around Mania are losing a lot of steam for it.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's cool to do them and like, hey, there's a smaller venues and things like that, and that's fine. And you know, New Fear City is like, you know, just
Yeah.
fucking wild, and there's variety in everything. But I don't think, you know, I don't think there's a lot of room for another collective to happen.
Yeah.
Right.
no.
Right? Like I think like a lot of people are discovering that the hard way.
Yeah.
I remember people discovering that the hard way back in 29, you know, back for 29, you know, but everybody, you know, but again, everybody, you know, there's a lot of options for there, and you only have so many eyeballs. Yeah, there's a lot of people there, but
Yeah.
people want to go see the clusterfuck. People want to go see the gay brunch. People will go see.
The clusterfuck
Right.
was so cool from what I saw.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
Brody
so
Lee
good.
Jr. winning
Yeah.
that shit.
So-
He killed it, like at his little age. He's so
And, but
good.
still, I love the idea that like, I don't think companies coming in and doing something is going to
Mhm.
be the thing.
yeah.
Mhm.
I think like FSW Vegas, you know, again, got to visit Mikey and see what they were doing in
Mhm.
production there.
Yeah.
Somebody we worked with before. Like they have their home and just saying, hey, we're here. While you're in town, check us out. You know, it's like we're the Blue Man Group. Come by.
We're the
You
Blue Man
know,
Group.
of the things. You know,
Like, come see us.
yeah, it's like you're not. I don't know that they're. Well, they have kind of a smaller venue. It's you know, it's kind of one of those warehouse situations things. But
Yeah.
even just like, hey, somebody new comes by and knows us and they follow us on Trailer now.
yeah.
You know,
Right.
I think they benefit from it. Sounds like they had like a crazy amount of shows down there. I got to see the women's tournament on Sunday, which was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun.
That's
Uh,
good, yeah.
Watch that. It was also so breezy. Six match, hour and 20 minutes. Yeah, right. Like I was like,
Gotta
oh,
love that.
this is
Oh.
like a really rocking Thursday night fights. I'm fucking here for this, and I have plenty of
Yeah.
time to get to the stadium for Mania. These guys
Yep.
fucking know the assignment.
Yeah.
Yep,
you
you
know,
gotta love
I
that. They
like-
stuck to their fucking time.
I'm like, and it was like $25-$30 ticket. I'm just like,
Oh.
no,
Oh, yeah.
nah, man, I'm
You
good.
can't complain.
I'm good with. And the
Yeah.
talent was great too.
Yeah.
Like Mathers was on it. Like they had a men's 4-way as the you know they did no intermission. Had the like 4 women's matches into a 4-way at the end.
Yeah.
You know, and again, a lot of great talent. I know this Maggie Lee, who I got to meet doing Combat 1, is a Seth Rollins trainee.
Mhm.
She's great. Like it was, you know, a lot of women I haven't seen. So it was
Right,
really good to see
right.
like a new mix of things like, and that's what you get for Mania. Like you know,
Yeah.
see something you haven't seen. See find your new favorite wrestler.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
Right,
Like
right.
that's what this shit's about in indie wrestling, and that's why I love that kind of thing happens. But back on the AAA. No, I think it's going to be good. I you know, they're doing Worlds Collide here as an afternoon matinee for
I did hear
Money
about
in the
Worlds-
Bank.
yeah, that's kind
Yeah.
of crazy.
For
That's
money-
gonna be really good.
like
Honestly, I
that's
feel
going to be a
like.
lot of fun.
Yeah.
So
Do you think they bring back Del Rio?
so the word is
God,
that
Lord.
they're on a better he's not the
He's not the same Del Rio.
he's not the same Del
He
Rio.
was such a
apparently.
prick. I don't
Throws
know
chairs
if
at
it's
people?
redeemable, dude. He was a piece
Listen,
of shit.
Man.
I mean, consider some of the people that they have right now.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
it's like that's the bar is not the same.
You
It is
can't.
you
You can't put it
not.
past. You honestly can't even put it past it anymore.
And when there's so much, it's so fucking unfortunate. But when there's so much money involved, like that becomes a bigger thing.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
Logan Paul's reaction and the money they sell for people that don't like him is more important than what he did to the people making money.
Mm-hmm.
And
Oh, that's also
that
why
is
WrestleMania
unfortunately
sucked.
Huh?
So also why WrestleMania sucked. They made my goat lose to fucking Logan Paul.
Yeah, that's also just sad. Like that's why we're all in Karrion Kross's boat right now.
Bro.
You know, we're just
Fuck
like,
this company.
you're right. He's saying the
It's like
thing
11
without saying the
fucking
thing.
years.
You know, what's that, Riz?
It's like 11 fucking years, and this guy comes in. Yeah, no.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like,
Yeah,
for what,
and Scarlett saying, you realize combined we have 25 years of experience.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That
You
promo
know,
is so good.
You can tell Scarlett was even like, hey.
Scarlett's face
She
was
was,
like,
she was like, hey. Carrie was
calm
like,
the
no,
fuck
fuck
down.
this. I was like,
Yeah. It's just like you know. Listen, I got a wife that looks out for me, you know, and
Yep.
make sure that I'm not like, you know,
Yep.
wilding out real bad, you know.
Yep.
Like, can I say this on the internet? I was like, don't say that. On the internet.
Yeah.
You know, like there's like, you should see my deleted messages, you know, like kind of situation.
That's so
And,
good.
and it's like, oh, okay. Like she's definitely that on him, you
Oh,
know,
yeah.
and he's a smart dude.
Yeah.
I got to see some of his one seminar and I'm just like, he's fucking like, I want to read the book. I almost bought the book the other day. I was like,
Honestly.
why is there an audible? I need this book. You know, I want to see what this guy has to say.
Just watching him like throughout
So
the
good.
NXT days and
Yeah.
just like the NXT really blew me away for him.
Mm-hmm.
He had such a good run,
and they
and
put
then
him in a
like
gimp mask.
and then like
yeah.
had him doing that what call it like fucking
Like a
Darth
Spartan
Vader
or
shit.
something.
I don't know,
Yeah.
something crazy. And then I was just, I don't know, like the NXT run for me sold it right
Yep.
there. They brought
Yep.
him up to main roster,
Yep.
and it just went
Yep.
bloop.
Well, hopefully he's in a spot that they're gonna.
I
know,
hope so.
After that promo,
After that promo, they
I
can't.
I think that's his. Remember when Miz got into Daniel Bryan's face and
Yeah.
everybody's like,
Yeah.
Yes.
"Fuck,"
Oh,
like,
shit.
or he got the legitimate frustration
Yeah.
out there.
Yeah.
Like, I think this was maybe his spot for that.
Oh, for
You know,
sure.
and everybody's noticing, and I think it's really cool, really real,
Yeah.
like Tina talked about before.
Yeah.
Update, True Prince is saying that TMLL is the oldest company, and we do have a message here from Sammy and Alao from Zeke Mercer.
Oh, you mother! You know what?
Here we go.
Fuck you too, Zeke.
At this
Oh
point,
my god, we're talking so much shit today. Zeke,
Yeah.
it's your turn.
Zeke, I don't do the internet, baby. You already know where to meet me. You already know,
You know
where
where
to
to
meet
find
me.
us.
You know where to see
Find
me.
Paris.
The internet ain't a
Find
real place.
Amanda.
Yeah.
You know where to find us.
Yeah, you know I don't do that internet talk.
Last time we faced off, we beat you
and I remember that.
twice in a row.
I remember
actually.
that. We did.
beat him at the One Pen Brewery show, and then the next one we beat them again.
You know,
Too easy. Fuck out of
It's
here.
a lot of delusion tonight. What's going on?
All right, let's calm things down a little bit. Let's see what
Sorry,
else
just
happened on
Zeke-
Mania.
Zeke and
At least we
Arcade
can't hear
in
what
general.
Billy says.
Mhm.
Billy's
Dude,
probably-
you do
Billy
not
says
want to
this
hear.
already.
You
I'm
do
pretty-
not want
I
to
think,
hear what
I think
Billy's
Billy
saying.
would get us canceled.
Yeah.
Billy is saying a lot of shit. Like,
Yeah.
Mhm.
dude, you don't even want to know. The show will get taken off the air.
And will.
Billy dude does not like these people. We don't like these people, but Billy's on a whole other level, dude.
FCC will take us down, and they don't even have jurisdiction. Exactly. So I want to give a shout out to our friends that are fueling this mayhem tonight at Slice on Broadway, feeding our guests and our hosts and our staff here from week to week here, supporting Pittsburgh podcasting with the perfect pepperoni pizza. And what was it? The best cheese pizza in the world. Officially, there's a trophy. I've seen it over here at the original, the OG, the Slice on Broadway, right down the
I had
tracks
them for the first
here.
time on Saturday.
Yeah.
Very good. Can
Yeah.
confirm. Yes.
And it's there's one in the. I think they still got the one in the South Side,
Oh,
right?
deadass?
Yeah,
Okay.
down in they got a spot
I know
right
what
in the
I'm
South
having
Side
after
works.
Friday.
Yeah, right by the Cheesecake Factory.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. I
Is Slice get a
I know what I'm
cheesecake?
having after Friday,
Mhm.
baby.
they picked one up for the pizza championship
Oh,
match. They did the no rings down there.
I do
I
remember.
love
I
that.
remember that.
Yeah. I was like
Dude,
perfect.
me and MV were after that, and I was like trying to avoid the pizza sauce on the floor so much.
No, that was me.
It was such
when
an
I faced
issue.
bro. Like I don't know. I took like a
Are you bleeding? No, it's pizza sauce.
F5. I don't know what. Look, I looked down. I was wearing like pink wrist tape, and I noticed it was like red. I'm like, where does this like why?
Did I cut my
It
wrist?
was like
or something?
no.
What the
And
fuck?
you're like-
I thought so, and it's fucking
I'm
pizza
like,
sauce.
I'm like, oh, it's tomatoes.
Start licking it off.
no,
Mash.
ew, no.
Nom.
Skate
It's
shop
not-
floor
I
pizza
did.
sauce.
I did punch bro like in the face, like mid tomato sauce, like just stop, and it got right on his forehead. I was like, yep, fuck it, there you go.
That's the one I missed. Wasn't that the show with Effie on it?
No, that was the one after.
That was the one after us.
That was the
Okay.
one that had Casey and Masty and the dog collar match.
No,
That was,
our no ring was the last no ring.
It was.
So that was the no ring
you
before.
shut it down. Okay.
Yeah,
I think that was the one. Was that the one where Brandon faced Pollock?
yeah, that was the
Yeah.
the fork.
It
Oh
was.
my
It
god,
was
the forks to the back.
John and Tossie, me and MV, you and Bro.
Yeah.
Casey and Masty, and then
All available on IndieWrestling.us.
Brandon.
Sorg, I made
Absolutely.
you an eel.
You made me a what?
You made me. No, wait, what? No, I made you an eagle. I tagged you on Twitter, currently known as X.
Twitter. You tagged me or Mayhem Show?
I tagged you.
Oh no!
I am
Oh no! All right, we're gonna pull this up here in a moment.
She
Here,
said this is personal.
but oh no!
Oh yes.
Hold on now.
Oh, damn it.
Oh, that is
Oh
just
damn it!
John,
Oh
John,
damn
I'm
it,
just
guys!
waiting for this to pop
Oh
up.
no, John, you were
Thank you.
you did this. I'm sorry, guys. This is gonna be the cover art tonight. Father of the bride, Buff Eagle. All right, that's where the other shirt went. Okay, we know now. Thank you for that. Jeez.
We also know who the father of the bride.
Dude, that font is on. What? How did you do that? Okay.
I kind of want that shirt now.
Okay. Coming soon to WWE or the WMS shop is
Oh
that.
my god.
Oh, you got it on the leg. Yeah.
Yeah. We see the eagle now. That's,
see it.
That's the greatest thing I've ever seen, I think.
You know what? Make it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thumbnail.
I'm sorry about your thumbnail. Usually I like to feature the guest, but
that's
I mean,
okay.
That's fine.
yes.
If you could like just put us like maybe like kissing the eagle.
we're gonna come.
And then we could all be in the thumbnail.
Can we put Billy on the eagle's shoulder somehow?
Yeah. Put Billy on the shoulder. Get me and Aleo kissing the eagle. Like
Hold on,
the
I got
cheek.
an idea for after the show.
Or both.
So-
Both could be on
We gotta
the,
say this for after
the
the
bar
show.
in front,
Okay.
sitting on the bar in front.
We'll talk business after we go off here. All right. What do we?
Also, Sork, we're having someone think that they are the director of the show.
What?
From the chat room.
Is it Billy?
From the Zeke again.
Oh
my God.
Billy needs to be removed from the stream.
Billy needs to be removed from the stream.
Zeke, shut you.
Zeke,
You're
you're
just
such a
mad Billy's
hater.
more over than y'all's manager.
Oh my god. That'll do it. That'll do it.
On that note, what did you
What
learn?
did they say?
What did you learn from wrestling this week aside from the sick burns?
Actually, I've learned a lot.
I've learned a lot in the last hour.
Yeah.
Me too, Bubby.
Okay.
Oh shit.
Okay. All right. I'm together now.
Show's almost over. Just hold it. You're all right. Just-
You got to let it out, dude.
Aleo, take a deep breath and let me know what you learned.
Okay. What I've learned though, seriously, on a serious note, like I really learned to stop laughing. I really learned. Okay, I really learned to like actually study. You know what I mean? Like just actually very much grasp my attention onto a lot more than just what's out there. If that makes sense. Like I watch a lot of WWE and like I watch the indies. So I basically want to like just study out what's more about wrestling to kind of incorporate with my own style, kind of like I'm still learning. Watching a lot of wrestling this week, that like it helped me so much, like learn just to how to pace myself in the ring and like also, I don't know, just learn how to take the time and like the effort to kind of like not only make sure you're putting on a good show, but to also make sure like the people that's watching you knows what kind of vibe you're giving off, like how to make sense to what you're doing and how to basically bring your authentic self in a character or in a moment or in anything. Like it could be like a promo, a segment, anything that you're involved in. You want to make sure you're building off of that. Like I'm big story. I'm huge on story. So
you sound like somebody
Big
that
story
just
guy over here.
you sound like somebody that just had a conversation with Chris LaRusso.
no, I mean no, but like
I love the LaRusso.
I know,
rants.
but yeah, Chris, like he gave me tons of like
Yeah, he's
tons
great.
of ideas.
Yeah, shout out Chris.
Yeah, but like it's definitely just I want to focus on making more moments and also focus on like learning that pace on how I can basically bring out my best in a match in general.
Mhm.
Just learning that pacing and that timing of like when I should do this, when I should not do this, how I should play in the crowd, when I should not play in the crowd. Like just
I love playing in
You
the
say
crowd.
you say
No,
in the crowd?
no.
I love playing in the crowd.
as in like if I'm doing
Doing ring
something.
around a rosy with the fans.
Shut up! No,
Playing hopscotch outside the garage
that's
door.
not what I'm talking about. Anyways,
Fans bring weapons to the show and they don't bring
I'm
weapons.
done
They just bring
talking.
chalk.
I'm done talking. I'm done talking. Go to him.
Sammy, what'd you learn this week?
Bullshit. He ain't learned jack shit.
Dude, I learned. No.
He ain't learned shit.
I learned it doesn't really take much for like to like make stuff work for you. You know what I mean? Like, you know, if you got something, run with it.
Basically, what I
mean?
was thinking.
Yeah,
what I was
like-
just
like-
saying.
Was that the summary of what he said?
Maybe I didn't. I don't know. What the
I mean,
fuck he was
no,
going-
but that's
whatever he was
basically.
talking about.
No, I'm
Talking about playing
I'm
with
glad the team's
fans.
on the same page.
That's not what I'm saying about playing with. I'm about to kick your ass. You keep playing with me.
More importantly,
I'll bust your lip again. Don't play with it.
Not too
so
much.
what did Billy learn from wrestling this week?
What you learn from this week, Billy?
Mhm.
Yeah, dude.
So-
I totally agree with that.
We felt that.
Yeah.
And, like,
Did you get that?
Did you hear him?
Yep, sure.
All right,
Okay.
sick,
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah,
cool. Very
completely.
insightful stuff.
Yeah,
cool.
he's very
Indubitably.
he's very informational for the only a little amount of time he's been in
He's
wrestling.
only like 2 years old too. Like it's
Wow.
kind of crazy.
That's
smart he is.
that's like a savant or something, right?
Yeah.
Language is
yeah, I know
like-
what that means.
Yeah. Okay. Riz,
Yeah.
what'd you learn?
I learned that even watching something like WrestleMania, one of the best things to do in groups until you get banned from the Facebook group is
We'll get you back. We'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out.
is to look at the patches, like find the patches on the on the gear. I think during night 1 and night 2, everybody on the group page was in a game of find the Tops WrestleMania patches,
Mhm.
and
I saw that.
I love how
It
Karrion Kross
was-
still had one.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, even though he wouldn't have a match.
Technically, he was there though,
yeah,
right?
like he had one like on like his like shoot shirt.
yeah,
Yeah.
that works. You know.
And the only thing is, I was looking at the Tops page, and the only way to get them is to purchase like a bulk stack of the same cards and hope and maybe you'll get one.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be one of those.
But
things.
it's not like it's not like a actual like pack.
Mhm.
It's you have to buy a bulk of the same John Cena card
Mhm.
Oh,
or the
That's
same
Wow.
or the same Jey Uso
Wow.
card, and it's like
That's crazy. But that's like they're it's a collector's
how they
market.
make
They're
money.
trying to make something
Yeah.
happen, right? So
Yeah, that's how they
like
do
that's
it.
crazy. I mean, it's like look at everybody trying to find the
I
Kevin
mean,
Owens.
it is $11 a card.
Oh geez. I mean, but it's like the Kevin Owens. I eat soup.
Oh,
and,
actually,
and
it's
don't
funny,
follow me at the
dude.
airport. And
So I
Kevin
just
Owens
pulled it up.
hates people at the
Um,
airport.
yeah.
I just pulled it up. The one card with Paul Heyman, Seth Rollins, and Braun Breaker.
Mm.
It's not autographed,
Mhm.
but it's a $9 card.
It's from like last
fine.
night. What are they?
From last
Is this on the digital or like it's the physical?
It's the physical card.
Okay. So are they doing the
And
thing where like, hey, we're doing the card, but like we're definitely printing it like tomorrow? Kind of
Pretty
deal.
much.
Is that what
Yeah.
they're just like
Yeah.
fast tracking these? Like,
Like
they do
there's
t-shirts?
one with Joe Hendry getting RKO'd.
Yeah.
Uh,
Already?
Wow. I mean,
Again, which
digital
one? RKO
technology.
1 or 2?
I mean, yeah, but like,
I mean, but it's like
It's
it
the
doesn't
first
actually exist yet. They have to
Oh,
print
okay,
it, but they're just
okay.
like, hey, here's a picture. It's going to be on the card. You're going to pay $11 for whenever this actually gets printed.
okay, because I
You
was
know,
I'll
gonna
get it in like
just
3 to
like-
4 months.
Yeah.
Yeah, just like the t-shirts, like the new champ,
Yeah.
like new
Mhm,
champ, J or something, right? You
Yeah.
know, like I try.
You mean the new champ Yeet?
Yeah.
10.
Well,
Yeah.
even I was looking at the Joe Hendry shirt,
Ooh.
which apparently they did have some printed there. They probably have some on-site printing to do stuff like that for last-minute things. But like to get it, it was just like, yeah, you'll get this like maybe by the end of May. I was like, what? You know, it's like okay,
Then you
like, this
forget-
is a
then you
cut.
forget you bought it, and it was like, why do I have this?
Sort of like, and then like, oh, I guess I can
Which definitely
celebrate.
happened when
I
I
can
bought
s-
the.
You bought the
Which
what?
definitely happened when I bought the Pat McAfee shirt at one point.
Oh, I'm sorry. There was a orange line on you this whole time that I never took away, Riz, so, from the ad.
There's an orange
No, it was
line
on
on
all of us actually. So I forgot to take down the ad, and there's a little like graphic at the end. So
I think the
forgot about
best part about the Joe Hendry, going back to the card for a
it.
minute,
Oh my god, I didn't even get to that.
is the card is of him getting RKO'd,
Yeah.
but in the top right corner, it's the Videotron, like the
Uh-huh.
video board, and it's before that ever happens.
Mhm.
So it's just Joe Hendry staring at you in the corner.
as if he's like smiling, like
Yes.
but before he turned. That's so funny.
That's kind of perfect. That's kind of perfect.
Mhm.
I'll go off of that because let's talk about Joe for a second. I wrestling, and I get like wrestling fans don't know the business and they're kind of interpreting and probably picking up on words they don't fully get about the business and stuff.
Mhm.
But the people calling the Joe Hendry match a berry
No,
do not understand what's going on.
Mm.
And who somebody spelled that out. Like I think it was like Paul Heyman or something like that.
Mhm.
Like
it was
really,
Paul Heyman on Pat McAfee.
It was on the Pat
It was-
McAfee show.
Mhm.
yeah, or
Yeah.
or even Triple H really put him over and says you're going to be back, but
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
kind of thing. But yeah, even like watching it, just like he went out there, they had a match, they both kind of did the greatest hits, right?
Mhm.
I loved Randy at the end. where he
Randy
did the
was
Joe
so-
Hendry.
he
did
was
the Joe
so
Hendry,
good.
then hit his fucking shit.
Yeah,
That was so cool.
that was, and they had Randy got to have fun with it and do the Zoom thing.
Yeah.
What was it? Was it Paul talking about Paul Heyman maybe
It might have
talking
been John
about?
Cena. It might have been
It was
Cena.
Cena. It was talking about like the fact that he gave him the second stunner or it's a second RKO was the like welcome,
Mhm.
like you're
in.
you're good, man. Like that, like
Yeah.
that was
Yeah.
the stamp of approval. You know, same with like Stone Cold giving the second like the last stunner after the beer and stuff, right?
Yeah.
You know, like that is like the like listen, we got a friend that took an RKO from Randy in Madison Square Garden. It's probably the highlight of his damn career. You know, so like I'm saying like that's not oh no, you just got buried like it's like no, you
Thanks,
worked really
Randy, on
hard.
Mania.
Works
Like-
hard. You
like-
need yeah.
Yeah, like no, to some people to be in the main event looking at the lights at WrestleMania is actually a nominal goal. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
The fact
Like
that you're even on the show.
yeah, to even look to look at the lights at WrestleMania, is actually an accomplishment.
Look, I'm
Is-
passing out.
You know what I mean? You know,
Yeah.
I mean, who do we put over? That's like in the Hall of Fame, like your Earthquakes and your your one man gangs and your
Michelle
Mr.
McCool.
Fuji's and
Yeah.
like and all these people. I'm going down the wrong line, but all these people that like looked at the lights for Hulk Hogan for so many years,
Right.
that are the
Water,
reason.
yeah.
Like for a while, they're just putting in the entire Hulk Hogan Rose Gallery during the
Yeah.
early days of the Hall of Fame. You're like,
Yeah.
and you like you sit back and like, what did these guys do? It was like they made Hulk Hogan.
Yeah.
They
Right.
fucking made Hulk Hogan.
Never got recognition.
like, and they're getting the recognition because they were a part of the reason.
exactly.
You can't have Hulk Hogan without the good
Like,
heels.
How many
you know?
times have we heard, like during a broadcast of like of somebody of a documentary for that wrestler, and there's Hulk Hogan on there going, "If it wasn't for him, brother, there wouldn't be no Hulkamania, dude." Like how many times have we heard that? We've heard that with Andre. We've heard that with
Mhm.
Savage. We've heard that with
yeah.
with Ultimate Warrior. We've heard that with everybody
Mhm.
because that technically is true.
Because that's wrestling.
Like I'm surprised Goldberg, a Goldberg documentary doesn't have him on it saying the same thing.
What should I say?
It probably is.
Yeah. A lot of people thinking the jackhammer is what made Goldberg be white. I mean, respectfully, like Goldberg's the fucking man.
Lex Luger's induction didn't have him in there somewhere.
That is true.
Because he put him in the rack.
That's also true. So anyways, so it was me. Dave, I don't think you've gone yet.
No. Okay, so I learned 2 things. One, you can be in the front row of WrestleMania and be involved in a vehicular accident.
Dude, there's so much shit that happened.
And I'm pretty sure that was a DUI.
It has
Who
to
the
have
driver
been.
was.
That lady.
Did you see the video of him missing the ramp to get on?
Yeah. It was so funny.
That man was drunk out of his mind.
It was
before.
like, again, I can't see the set or anything. So I'm like, this is taking a little long to get out here, isn't he? Is he
Security
just
was like trying to back the bike up, and he's like, "No, get off, I got it." He's just like struggling to get on the ramp.
He's going to blame the ATV. You know that, right?
Yeah, he is.
I asked him. You know,
The goddamn ATV's trying to do work.
Goddamn, was that ATV shooting or working, brother? What are you
and listen,
doing here?
by the way, Stone Cold aside, because you don't hear everything when the crowd swells. And you don't hear the whole promo.
Yeah.
But I remember going to the guy next to me. I was just like, did he just call us all solid ass cats? Did this happen?
Solid ass cats.
Solid ass.
You don't understand how many times Katie sends me the cat, like what's going on with Paunch. You know,
Dude, I fucking love Paunch.
Like the saga.
Austin did put over both of them.
Both of the cats,
Poncho
yes.
and Macho on the with the pre-show, I think, with
Sure.
McAfee.
And
he was talking about his cats and how one he's working them because he's trying to get the cat. The cat's running away, and he's a cat dad.
Yeah,
he is.
He's such a cat dad. It's amazing.
Yeah.
From
the second thing, real quick.
Sorry, I forgot.
You know, when the talent knows what the announcer put you over, as someone's getting ready to do her move, she points at the announcer. Tonight during Steffi Vancour's match, as she's getting ready to do the, I forget the name of the move, where she gets and she basically bounces them with her knees.
The full
and
Marco
she points,
move.
she points
That's called
over
the full
Booker
package.
T.
Yeah,
before she does it.
My God,
Because we all know Booker goes crazy. Oh yeah, there's that boinga, yeah.
He was like,
yeah.
I'm like, Booker.
Calm down, brother.
She's doing that on Monday, and I'm like, well, somewhere Booker's awake now.
Yeah.
So, jeez. I'm trying to get back to the chat room for this, and then I got one more note to kind of leave us on here. As soon as I find the chat room, because something got weird. And
I do have it. Sorted.
You have the chat room. All right, if you want to read one of those.
Okay, from True Prince of Pro, he learned 2 things. One, that Dominic Mysterio is the greatest Intercontinental champion of all time.
Yep.
All
Shout out to
time.
Dom.
My God, yes.
I love that
I was in
moment.
the crowd when he was on stage. I was walking up while he was still on stage at the post show,
Yeah.
and like hearing everybody. Also, I couldn't figure out what the chant was until literally on Raw. I could not figure it out. I'm like, I was saying, it's Dirty Dom. I can't remember the tone. No, it's like Dom, Dirty Dom. Also, that the American fans have adopted the chanting styles of the European fans is amazing. Now, granted, there were a lot of Europeans in the crowd.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm sure they also started it, but we all know it now because we listened to it for 3 fucking weeks on TV.
Oh my
So,
God.
thank you for
Yes.
this education situation there.
Yeah.
Also
And-
from go ahead.
I was going to follow up and say, kind of related to that, he learned that Seth and Braun Breaker is truly the most perfect pairing in the WWE.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
I am
there's-
fucking with
I'm
this.
so here
heavy.
for it right now.
Mhm. With the a follow-up, I don't think we mentioned this thing. True Prince also says, last month Alberto Del Rio got suspended from performing in Tijuana for 6 months for throwing a chair at a fan in the crowd.
That sounds about Del Rio.
Yeah.
Listen, after what we saw Stone Cold do on Sunday, I don't think that's the worst situation.
Honestly.
If that's the problem right now, I don't think it's. Also, it's Mexico.
Yeah.
I'm surprised he got suspended. To be quite honest, talking to the people I know that wrestled in Mexico and some of the stuff that happens in Mexico, that just sounds like a Tuesday night.
Honestly.
Like the way things kind of roll out there. So yeah. So I love the. I want to have a final thought here. Gotta feel like Jerry Springer. So again, this was a very last minute idea for me because again, in my head, it's Mania is a must go just for the experience, being in that crowd, being around just 60,000 people that love the same stupid thing you do.
Yeah.
It's just fucking the greatest fucking thing. And I'm kind of addicted to that feeling. You know what I mean? So it's the same vibe when I go to the gathering. Like you got 5,000 people around here, all into the weird shit you are.
Keep wanting me to go to that, Sorg.
What's that?
Keep wanting me to go to that.
I do want you to go to that, actually. Yeah, and there's 25-year anniversaries here in August, and they're just less than 3 hours away from Pittsburgh, sir. So, and I mean, I take you to the one in Pittsburgh, but I have to work that weekend. I think Exodus is that day, so I have to go to Cleveland 2 weeks before, and Riz should come with me on a Monday.
I agree.
Riz,
you should go.
Yeah, if anybody wants to go on a Monday to an ICP show, it's a little less threatening because it's just a show, not a whole 4-day situation where you're just going to see nudity. There's less nudity at the show than the gathering.
It's not threatening. It's a little less threatening.
I'm not saying it's like threat. Like I understand like how new situations are threatening to people.
I hate them.
Well, yeah, exactly. Like and then you get there, it's just like the anxiety is before a new thing, and you get there, it's like, oh, this isn't so bad. It's just like going up the hill on the roller coaster, and you're threatening it, and then you hit the top of that hill when you're most scared, and then you're just like, wee. That's what it's like. That's what it's like, man. That's what it's like for experiences, and you just got to get over that hill, sir. You just got to get over that hill. And I'm going to take you over that hill.
Get over that hill.
And we're going to soak you in fucking Fago!
Yeah!
Cool.
Anyways, my point is, no, just the experience with that, and also like the pure magic. I felt like and I've had a lot of amazing experiences over the last few years of going to WrestleMania since Dallas. Career changing, you could say. But to be there, and even right off the bat, I posted, I'm in the one row with the only other two guys on the flight out on Saturday morning wearing wrestling t-shirts. And literally in the same row, they let us spread out because there was a lot of maybe people on the plane. And I remember I posted it, and Ziggy Heim is the one's like, WrestleMania weekend is so wholesome. And it is.
It really is.
And even I went to the New Fear City show because we know the New Fear City guys. And I'm like, I want to see what the fuck you guys are up to here.
Right.
And then I run into Ted, who is the former announcer from 2PW, who now lives in Texas and happened to also be the show because he happened to also know the ring announcer. And I'm just like, this is literally the last place in this. Literally, it's called Dive Bar. It's not as nice as the one in Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, this is literally the last place I thought I'd see you. Like stuff like that. Walking through the Bellagio, and a guy walks up to me. I'm wearing like the Payback T-shirt, right, with the Judgment Day on it, and he just wants to let me know his opinion about the John Cena title win the night before. And has some very choice words that I don't know how bad they are in his culture. And there's the videos up on our social media on Instagram if you want to see that. Like, it's so fucking weird and cool, and just seeing wrestling fans all over the place. I was like, the thing was, I just want to see wrestling fans all over the strip again. I had so much fun when we went to see Double or Nothing there, and to see it on this scale was amazing.
Right.
It was such a cool town to see wrestling on this scale, and I was only there for like 2 nights. Like it's crazy. I went to the WWE stuff for 3 nights, and then like went to a couple other shows. And just running between and when you're always, the coolest thing to me is going across the country and feeling like you're surrounded by, I use the term, family,
right.
And that is, it's and it started from going there at the airport, meeting strangers, to running into people I knew. Nick Shin was the last person I ran into. No, because then, but then Tarzan walked up too. So, what's his full name? Tarzan something.
Duran.
Tarzan Duran. Walks up, and I'm just like, the fuck, you know,
So
you
long.
know, but also, you know, it just like, it was the most like that's very cool. And running into everybody, catching up with people. One of the highlights of my weekend was catching up with Elias, Ezekiel, you know, heavy metal Jesus, I don't care, Logan Shulo. So I walked up to him and male wrestling like Shulo. So, and it was really good to catch up with him because it's been forever. You know, when people get on a big stage, I kind of figure they are too busy. I will not bother them. They have some shit to do. So, but even that, and even nods from other people on social media that are definitely standing on some interesting stages this weekend was really appreciated and really cool to see, and I'm glad to see it, and very happy for all their success, and to see some of them have not changed, you know, through all of it after some discussions. So very, very cool, and seeing everybody going out there making waves, you know, getting places, getting in front of people, getting in front of new audiences is just very, very, very fucking cool. And you never know where the Psychedelic Dreams are going to end up. Maybe you'll see them WrestleMania weekend on a big stage. Yes. Or SummerSlam is going to be coming up, you know? Let's a little closer.
Right?
Let's see what's happening.
New Jersey, right?
New Jersey.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
At the worst case, listen, we can go to the American Dream Mall and ride the Ninja Turtles roller coaster indoors.
Well, I'm here for
you know
it.
what I mean?
Let's
Like this
fucking
is
do
like
it,
this
man.
side. This is the side quest for SummerSlam this year. You know, that thing is going to be like WrestleMania again because it's 2 nights. They're basically going to do.
I forgot they're doing
Yeah. They're going to do the
SummerSlam this year.
takeover in New
Yeah.
Jersey.
That's gonna be crazy.
So, no, I'm looking forward to that, and especially stuff that's built up since last time I was there for 29.
Oh yeah,
Like just
It's-
if you're right there, like you're at
Oh,
everything.
yeah.
It's gonna
Yeah.
be
be big.
real fucking cool. So I'm looking forward to that. So, guys, thank you. Psychedelic Dreams. You're all over social media. You'll find them. Alao
Yeah.
Dreams.
Sammy the
Yeah.
Wrestler on everything.
There you go.
Dream of Aleo 880 on everything.
There you go. 880 Wrestling, IndieWrestling.us, Friday night. Pittsburgh versus Brooklyn. The next chapter. The fact that I'm functional that I am right now.
Yeah,
is
you know,
amazing.
you've done great story.
You got.
Thank you.
you
I
doing
did
the
better
goddamn
this week
thing.
than last week when I kind of got some sleep.
Like, he is no sleep.
Like, yeah. It was,
Look,
running on Duncan,
not
brother.
too much.
Running on Duncan, brother.
No, that doesn't work for me, brother.
Yeah, everybody, again, we'll have some Patreon chatter after this. I'm sure there's some more stories that we can't talk about on the show that we'll get into here. Probably what everybody thinks about Zeke Mercer at this point. So, you know, and we'll find out what
Do it right here. It's
Holy
fine.
shit.
We
Was
can
it-
talk about them right now.
There you go. There you go. All right. Thank you guys so much for joining us. It's been a blast. We're going to have you back anytime. Anytime Billy's got something to say, let me know. We'll have you guys back on.
Billy hasn't
Okay.
shut up this entire podcast.
I know, right?
Yeah,
I know,
he's-
right?
he's very
So,
talkative.
He won't shut up.
so much editing that needs to happen for this. Oh my God. I thought I was going to get sleep tonight.
You're gonna
He's
have
very
to.
talkative.
We'll see you guys next time. Mayhem out.
Just wait for the perfect time, then attack. Don't give up what you want, take it back. Wait for the perfect time, then attack. Do what you
This show is a member of the Sorgatron Media Podcast Network. Find out more at sorgatronmedia.com.